sound like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun. Maiyegun làwọn mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwọn mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí.
Hello there. Good afternoon to you, good morning to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. And yeah, this is Maiyegun live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun diary Politico.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Maiyegun is here now. So, share the broadcast.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. And yes, we are.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa bí.
And yes, we are.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pressing road.
I will not allow you to. Hey, help me, 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 help me. If they carry me, they go where I don't know. Help me, help me, help me, help me.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live and on your screen, especially for those of you who have read the caption of this broadcast, you can make your own contribution accordingly by commenting. And at some points, I'm going to open the line for everyone to also call in to at least make one or two contribution. But look at your screen. This lady, she's called Amira. She tweeted this, right? It was about her being kidnapped from Abuja, precisely. So a kidnapper took her and 16 other people, and their location was shared. One of the locations is this. So where they are yet to, in fact, locate them as we speak. Since Nigeria is now enveloped and surrounded by all kinds of kidnappers, Fulani terrorists who have occupied most of all the forest in Nigeria, they struck again. This is not actually their first time as well that they are going to be doing this, especially the one that is the rider of this broadcast, the attack on a church in Abeokuta, Wasimi. So that happened 2 nights ago when they were doing their, what do you call it, their vigil. So, and earlier today, I think it's this, where the young people protested because the statement from the church, which I have a copy, I'm going to read that. But before that, watch this. Sorry for the quality of that clip. But the people you saw in that clip are the young people around Wasimi in Abeokuta. So what happened? I'll read the statement from the church before we go deeper. And this is barely 2 weeks after the attack on St. Francis Church, Catholic Church, Owo, where they killed unspecified number of people as we speak. For those who have counted the bodies already, they counted over 100 human beings, including children. So this one happened overnight. And this particular one happening in Abeokuta, the state capital of Ogun State, it's not the first time. For those who have been keeping record, estates have been, estates have been jumped by this terrorist, and people have been kidnapped by this Fulani terrorist, and then ransoms have been paid in that same Abeokuta. It's just that if you haven't been a victim, you probably would say, well, it is not that bad. However, here is the statement from the church that got attacked. Celestians of all nations, I believe. So they say, Celestians all over the world, please, we can do this again. Let's join in prayers for the immediate release of Assistant Shepherd of CCC, Samuel Bilewu Joseph Oshofa Parish, Iwasimi, Abeokuta, Ogun State. According to the information provided from the parish, on Monday, 13th of June, 2022, night at exactly past 11 p.m., which is the only day and time the church premises have few members around. Some gunmen invaded the church premises at Celestial Church of Christ, Samuel Bilewu Joseph Oshofa Parish, kilometer 27, Lagos Abeokuta Expressway, Wasimi Abeokuta, Ogun State, and abducted 2 persons, the assistant shepherd and the parish Sunday school teacher, away. And since then, they have been requesting for the sum of 50 million naira as ransom before they can be released. From all indications, the gunmen have done serious surveillance on the parish to have chosen to do their operation on a Monday, Bible class day, when only few members attend Bible classes, and at the very hour of the late night. CCC, Samuel Bilewu Joseph Oshofa Parish, Wasimi, have been preparing for our 20th year's annual adult harvest and Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving service before this terrific incident. Let us join the family, parish, and friends to pray for their safety and immediate release. However, the insecurity situation of the country called for an immediate security guidance and church operation from the pastoral office. Our system of church management and operation shows how vulnerable we are as a church, and this will continue to endanger the lives of clergymen, women, parishioners, and their families if immediate strategies are not put in place. From records, all shepherds that have been kidnapped were 90% prophets, and yet nearly 99% of release were done with negotiations and payment of ransom. So why can't we start investing into security now? We cannot continue to open parishes like as at the time of 1947. The current situation called for an action. Then they sealed it up with a Bible quote. Luke 11, chapter 11, verse 21 to verse 22. So Luke chapter 11, verse 21. When a strong man, fully armed, guards his own house, his possessions are safe. Luke chapter 11, verse 22 read, but when someone stronger attacks and overpowers him, he takes away the armor in which the man trusted and divides up his plunder. So this is the message from the church, that the shouting and calling God alone is not going to save anybody, right? The other day I shared with you a few clips of how after the Owo attack, how people, the shepherd, the Baba, just everybody, even the choir mistresses and all of them, they are now harming themselves. There are videos about, different videos online in Ondo State right now. If you are going to church, you see people coming with their own guns and all of that as we speak. So churches are also going to begin to realize that the situation of the insecurity in Nigeria, which many of them, by the way, have decided to take upon themselves to fight back through encouragement of their members to go and register for PVC, so that they can choose a leader that will provide the security for them. On the other hand, this is a church that knows that even if you don't keep the record, the church in Nigeria keeps record of those who are their clergymen who have been kidnapped, right? And according to that statement, which is the statement of facts, there is no, or let me use them and quote them, 99% of those clergymen kidnapped in Nigeria under this APC, they were released after the church paid ransom. A church in Abeokuta, Celestial Church of Christ, they would have to cough out 50 million naira for the terrorists. So, but they made a statement which actually is so interesting. That statement is that if the church in Nigeria have been paying and coughing out a ransom to terrorists who have been kidnapping clergymen, mind you, 99% who were released by these terrorists, the church paid ransom to them, right? The 1% who were never released and no ransom is paid were those killed who never made it out alive. And you read all of that in the papers all the time. And as I'm talking to you right now, see, the Nigerian military, they have a list of their own personnel being slaughtered like they are just like nothing. Soldiers slaughtered like nothing by these terrorists. When they give you the list, you will put a hand over your head. Now, if the church in Nigeria, if they decide to bring out the list of their clergymen, men of God, people who are closer to God, touch not my anointed and co, who have been kidnapped, if they give you the list, then so many of you will begin to pay attention to the structural, the structural damage, the structural faulty structure that you believe that you are trying to amend, where you want to hate everybody now. Whoever says anything that is not in any way good about Peter Obi, you want to hit them and chop them raw. But here is the fact. If the church indeed decide to tell you how many of their own clergymen have been killed by the terrorists in Nigeria and those who were never killed, right? They will realize that this is no longer a diju ejagbadura. Close your eyes, let us pray issue anymore. This is no longer God told me he would do this and that anymore. The Nigeria that they have been managing, you see, before Buhari came, the managers, the gatekeepers of Nigeria, they have managed to balance in a way and hide the injustice within the system. They have managed so well so far until Buhari came and just put wrenches inside everything, like all of you scatter, pata pata. As divided as it is. So it is no longer that Nigeria of we are praying to God. God has God told me this and that. In fact, if those who are like church leaders in Nigeria, especially southern Nigeria, and most importantly too, the northern Christians, you can continue to pretend, you can continue to try to be politically correct, but here is the fact. Blood of Jesus is not enough anymore. In this case, it is in fact going to make you blaspheme against your God and your faith, because you will be like, I called Jesus, he didn't answer. We called God. Would you say those who were killed inside the church, or those who were kidnapped inside the church, or those of you who are going to be kidnapped on your way back from church, or your clergymen who pray every 24 hours to talk to God and all of that, who are going to end up in the hands of a terrorist, they are going to pay ransom and the rest. Are you saying that they are not praying to the right God? That's exactly what the insecurity in Nigeria will make you believe now. Why? Because nobody can pretend and say God is going to do something anymore. Not in this case of insecurity. If you don't do something yourself, that's what that church said. Instead of giving your millions, 100 million. The other day, remember that prelate, the Methodist prelate that got kidnapped, and he paid 100 million naira to the terrorist between Abia and Owerri. You remember his story? 100 million. Many have paid 100 million, 100 million, 200 million, 300, here and there, 50 million. Churches are raising the money to free their clergymen. And that church just said that instead of giving this money to these terrorists, how about we go through the Bible verse that advised us, that is Luke chapter 11, verse 21-22, when a strong man, fully armed, guards his own house, his possessions are safe. But when someone stronger attacks and overpowers him, he takes away the armor in which the man trusted and divides up his plunder. Yoruba land, for example, is under the plunderer, the attacks of the plunderers, the invaders. But for politicians, it is all talks, no action. So if the church can come out boldly and say, indeed we need to harm ourselves too, that can be a beginning. Well, you start, I would say, because if the church members knows that they cannot pray their way out when the bullet from AK-47 is raining down on them, they will need more to keep the people safe. In northern Nigeria, this is where politics comes in. Oh, this is where politics is so important, especially with what they have made of that entire place right now. The confusion you see everywhere can be resolved by just one push, a push that says enough, no election until we resolve all of these differences. That's something that many of you are not paying attention to yet. However, if the church say harm themselves, and another person, meanwhile, your Baba Jews, your Mama Jews, your, every one of them who actually speaks to God on your behalf, they might tell you to pray and the rest, which I am not against it. I'm not. But you see the situation we found ourselves in that place, Nigeria now. And I remember saying it back then, and I'll continue to say it, that 2 years ago, so many things that you'll be reading and you'll be hearing happening in southern Nigeria, many of them that are happening right now, 2 years ago, many of you would never believe that they will happen, ever. But they are beginning to happen, and they are going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And then that means that as if you speak to anybody in Nigeria, correct, like common conversation, if you are not asking them to probably resist anything, just a normal conversation, they will tell you that Baba, man, nowhere is safe. They don't lie until you ask them probably to stand up and fight that. Then they'll be like, my friend, that one cannot happen. Then they were, they go along their own different oppressors as much as they would love them in a way. But when I was reading about that attack in Abeokuta and Wasimi, I was pretty much like, okay, 50 million naira. Wow. If the church pay 50 million naira or invest in security and just let go their own people, maybe not now. If the church pay 50 million naira in Abeokuta and all across Yoruba land, yeah, we are paying that ransom here and there. For example, yeah, on those states, when they take you 50 million, when they take you there 100 million. So the same us that are likely going to frown at people who actually volunteer to say, we know the security system are compromised. You can tell. You are just on your own. And now that you are now in the last phase of Boko Haram's murderous regime. You are completely vulnerable and open to all attacks. So many of you who actually took side with a compromised state, compromised system, to go after those people like Oluye Sunday Igboho, for example, when the system came after them, yeah, imagine it this way. You, especially many of you who actually sided with them, imagine a situation whereby this your 50 million, this your 100 million, and every other millions that you're going to be paying to kidnappers and the ones you have paid. Imagine if you have freely saw through what many people were saying then and said, your safety first before any position in that same Nigeria. Don't you think it would have been cheaper? The investment of, because this is how we see it in Yoruba land, when you pay ransom to terrorists, which you are going to pay, as long as we are vulnerable to all these attacks. When you pay ransom to them, you are funding the same terrorism that will continue to milk us and kill us. But imagine if all of us have agreed at the time and said, hey, this is our own security issue. You can play politics with everything,
We have it on record there, and we have eyewitnesses who have been kidnapped. Many of them have been killed. We have evidence here. We have this and that. So when it comes to our security, please, 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 please don't toy with it, Nigeria. The politicians played a smart one on you. So many of you said, it is none of Igbo's business. It is nobody's business. Even when some people came together and they went after Wakili. Remember Wakili? Those are the people who are like the ringleader of the kidnappers in Yoruba land. Many of you don't even know where he is anymore right now. Is he freed? The prison that they locked him in got, had a jailbreak. And today we are, for over a year now, we have been asking them to tell us and give us the list of those and tell us where Wakili is in their prison in Yoruba land. They have not been able to tell us. But when people rose then, and they said that they could defend them, they could defend Yoruba land, the system came for them. Politicians play smart one, gave you a Amotekun that is now checking your phones to see if you are a Yahoo boy or you are not a Yahoo boy. While as we speak, you are now have to think twice. Should I go to church today? I don't know if I should. Now you have to get used to going into your different churches or workplaces and all of that. And you are going to get to a point whereby you're going to get used to seeing guns, security with guns, like they are preparing for war, attacks, and the rest. And guess what? All of that will still not in any way prevent or protect you, especially with what we have on ground now, when everybody is divided about, talking about the division. Security should be everyone's business. One of the areas that somebody like myself disagreed so much with the likes of Tinubu and co. When they started Amotekun, the purpose of Amotekun was to prevent all this kind of activities. You know what I mean? Amotekun were supposed to be patrolling all of those forests. Do you know that there used to be the forest rangers in Yoruba land? The Ashogbo, they call them. The Ashogbo. Their job was to provide security in the forest. Guess what they were protecting? Back then, they were protecting the trees. For those who are illegally falling trees. In our forest, Ashogbo. So, which means if any illegal activity or any illegal drilling or any illegal thing at all going on in our forest, they can document them and they can mobilize against those illegal aliens. But Nigeria disarmed us, disarmed the entire this Fulani terrorists who are the gatekeepers of Nigeria. They disarmed us for a long time, and now it is paying off. Those forests are now freely occupied, and that was supposed to be the job of Amotekun. You were supposed to see Amotekun with serious, protective gears, latest ammunitions, solid and steady, you know what I mean? Being able to traverse every nooks and crannies of our forest. Now, they could have prevented these terrorists from freely strolling into any part of Yoruba land and then committing a crime, and then you and I continue to wail and say, God, come and help us. We have those who are so determined to, you know what I mean now? We have those who are so determined, but the resources is not with them. But look at the ones put together by the state governors. So in Yoruba land now, it is going to get to a stage whereby even sending your children to school or allowing your children to stay in the dormitory hostel as they call it, yeah? There are many of these vulnerability areas who are pretty much, vulnerable. And the way they do, somebody shared that with us on this program the other day. And it was like, it is so easy to walk into a town, befriend the people, ask questions. What is the name of your ballet? Where is his house? Oh, do you even have a police station here? Where is it? So if I want to, they ask questions from the locals to know the in and out. In fact, many of them are all these terrorists. They know the in and out of many, many communities in Yoruba land. And there are evidences of this. There are records of those who have come across them, and they told them verbally that they could strike and do anything, anytime, but nobody is actually collecting all these statements, all these eyewitnesses for security, at least to protect you who haven't become victims. Now you have been distracted by politics and all of that. Fine. But there are things that are going to happen that are going to make you realize why many of us feels like election is not going to fix that. Ask yourselves. I told you that APC, Egbekegbe, they want to keep the status quo. Exactly the way Nigeria is what is going to continue to be. So brace up, whether you vote for them or not, and you let them rig themselves in whatever they do. That is the plan. Just compare what it is going to be like if what you are experiencing right now is indeed multiplied by maybe about 10. And this is not even a joke. And guess what? The PDP, they have the same agenda. They don't have any plan to address all of these things at all. They don't have any plan. No security plan, no plan to tackle the terrorism, no plan to punish the terrorists, no plan to, nothing. It is pretty much about, even Peter Obi. That is where some of you as well will begin to know that not everybody is going to get carried away by the whole noise about Peter Obi. There are people who are actually going to be asking questions genuinely. Some of you are not going to be able to provide the questions because you have no idea what you are getting yourselves into, by the way. Nigeria is a divided place, you know it. You know that Nigeria, you have the north, you have the south. And you know that as it is, there are those who believe that the only way to keep Nigeria alive is to keep Nigeria, the status quo, the way it is. Whenever they talk about policies that can fix problems, people said that you should, watch out, people said that you should join them if you want to make a difference. And that is why they said that you should join PDP or APC, or you should start your own party, right? So the third option is that if you don't want PDP, if you don't want APC, and you want to get rid of them, you should start your own party. As if to say it is pretty much about the change of just change of personnel. That is what many of you are pushing. To you, change of personnel is going to fix Nigeria problem. To you. Meanwhile, you are coming and you are trying to revive a country that has become Islamic Republic of Nigeria. You have become Islamic Republic. That Islam is even like a specially defined one by the Sufi, Salafist, or whatever they are called, the terrorists you have and the jihadists you have there in the system. They are there. Their actions, their actions, their inactions, and every other thing on record, they have all shown to you the type of country they are building for you. And that's exactly that should be in your book of trying to solve Nigeria problem by changing the personnels. Even in your mind, all you need right now to get rid of PDP, APC is that once Peter Obi comes in, brilliant. In fact, you are suggesting that you should pick Kwakwanso, which is also a PDP stalwart. You don't care. But what you should care about is that even if you bring in, whether now who is your best president or prime minister in the world, especially many of you have different parts of the world leaders to compare with, right? Who is your best? Bring them down to that Nigeria. You know why it will never fix, and Peter Obi will never do anything, is this. To fix Nigeria as you are planning to, you have to let those who come from northern Nigeria, decide and leave the type of government they want. You cannot take that away from them, right? Now, the people from the eastern Nigeria, which is the eastern part, you should let them also what? live the life and then the kind of governance they want as well, right? Now you will have to let the people of the Western Nigeria as well to decide how they want to also run their own affair, because the problem of Nigeria is just one. It is because they fused all of us together and everybody is trying to be in control of it. And that control center was taken to Abuja. So which means that before you can even get anything done in that your local community, you have to send somebody that to that Abuja, somebody who also have to at least make friend, lick asses and beg, crawl and pretend to be friends in order to be seen and heard. And whatever is given to him or her, the system allowed him or her to take care of himself and his own family first. Then whatever is left, they bring that back to you. Pretty much nothing left. Because Nigeria is called robbing Peter to pay Paul. Right? Nigeria is a Robin Hood system. The people who put it together, they won't allow true federalism. You remember they are saying something about true federalism. True federalism means that you see this issue of insecurity, for example, that could have been decided a long time ago by the people of different communities, because they would have put up a vote. Well, it should have been allowed in their own constitution if the people were in fact consulted before they wrote that their fraudulent 1999 constitution. So the issue of protection, security, farming, fishery, commerce, all those things, they would have been fully highlighted in that your trashy 1999 constitution. So, which means when any community comes under attack, they can resort into the armory and protect themselves. And guess what? If they are unable to protect themselves, it is then they can now request for the superior authority. What is the superior authority? After local government should be what? Should be the regional assembly. So if they allow the region and say, we are being overpowered by this, especially all these Yoruba land that share borders, all these indigenous people who shared borders across the fused and forced together contraption called Nigeria. If the law allowed them from the beginning to say, listen, you have the right to protect yourselves. In fact, you have the right to form your own small group of protector, and then whatever you want to give to them under this licensed ammunition. That agreement should have been there. You see all these attacks. If the local communities are unable to weed off these marauders in a way, then they will reach out to the senior authority, which will be the region. The region can put together the regional regiment of army. Yes, armed to the feet, and they can go straight to the borders and get all these terrorists out. But if they will allow that, then the purpose of one Nigeria is going to be defeated. Do you understand that now? So they now forced the North, the South, to operate on a Robin Hood system of robbing the rich, the South, then distributing it, redistributing the stolen money, which is the resources, the tax, and everything they take from the southern Nigeria, on record, looted beyond anything, ruined the country beyond anything, ruined the people beyond anything you can describe. So they redistribute that. That is the purpose of all this wahala. So if you want to be president, they will say, is he a Yoruba man or a Fulani man or a Hausa man or an Igbo man? So the first thing they will identify you with is, what is your name? Abdullahi Adamu is a Fulani, Hausa Fulani. No one. What is your name? Adekola Adegoroye is a Yoruba man. No. I don't trust them. What is your name? Peter Obi. So they don't see if you have anything to offer per se. The first thing they see before anything else will be that. And that is a divided place that some of you are pretending doesn't exist. And Peter Obi is going to change all of that. And to those who are also speaking out, asking questions and all of that, remember, if Peter Obi becomes the president of Nigeria, it's not going to be the president of all the obedient follower alone, okay? Just like Bukwari is going to be president of everyone. And whatever he has to dish, the same system. Like I said, go and bring your best president from anywhere in the world and let them come back and operate that system. So that's what we said. Apart from I want to give you electricity, I want to give you security. I want to give you anything. Nobody can give you any of this, not even Peter Obi, with that system that you have. Tell Peter Obi and everyone around him, and even all of you, if you really understand Nigeria very well, tell Peter Obi to tell his team to put together the true meaning of true federalism, okay? The one that doesn't give any power to the center beyond some agreed terms, and tell him and ask Peter Obi, even all of you can come out and say, how do you intend? Because you can't do all of that without trashing that 1999 constitution. And you can't trash that 1999 constitution without the consent of the Northern Nigeria who put it together. Yes, you can't. Because there is more to it than that pamphlet that is ruining everything. The insecurity in Nigeria, the poverty, the corruption, the police brutality, every other thing that you can see out there in Nigeria, everything, the genesis of it is that a trashy book. Because if power were evenly distributed in a true federalist state, okay, you won't have to take money from Lagos and distribute it to the rest of Nigeria. It simply means that, the people of Yoruba land would have to develop their own resources, both human and natural resources, and they will be responsible for the people of Yoruba land. They will be accountable to them. But today, many parts of Yoruba land right now are forest to these attacks, like Princess once said. Princess and so many other people have said that so many of you are thinking that these attacks on us, this message of violence, this campaign of violence and death and bloodbath that you are witnessing right now in Yoruba land or any part of southern Nigeria, do you really think it's about land? Or no. It is about what is under the land, what is buried under that land. That's exactly what will make them kill, and until they wipe every soul that is connected to any part of those geographically mapped places where those precious resources of Yoruba land, Igbo land, and everywhere are now under real target. And as people are saying, this is not even just about the Fulani terrorists in government in Nigeria. It is about the Fulani terrorists across Africa who converged in Abuja, and they said they want to discuss insecurity in Nigeria. But guess what? It is not about the land. It is about what is buried under that land. And 1999 Constitution guarantees the free flow of these terrorists across your border and unchecked. Ask Peter Obi, what is he going to do to ensure true federalism without breaking the Constitution? And how is he going to do that? Then you will understand that it is beyond, I am going to Egypt to go and study how to give you electricity. Because ordinarily, you don't need Peter Obi to give you electricity. If that fraudulent 1999 Constitution did not give that sole authority to the person who is the president of your country. You don't need any president to go and study electricity before you can have electricity in any community, in anywhere. Policy-wise, people have contributed, they have said it. Do you know why they won't let you do it? Because ordinarily, you can develop your own electricity chain in your own different states and resell them to the entire community of your, but you can't do that. If you generate any electricity to some certain degree, you have to connect it and sell it to Nigeria. Do you know why? Because most of those places where the generating plants and all that, where they are mostly in southern Nigeria. But they are complaining that, before most of you are generating this new plant in southern Nigeria, Kainji Dam was first of those generating electricity for the rest of Nigeria, so they were sharing with you before all of you developed yours. However, the people who developed Kainji as far back as as far back as the 60s, now you don't have any of those rogues in northern Nigeria who want to develop another Kainji. Terrorists are even occupying Kainji as we speak. So if you generate any electricity anywhere in Nigeria, you have to connect it to the national grid. Then they have to transfer it to northern Nigeria to go and power villages, huts, hamlets, while your industries are running on diesel, running on petrol. To what? to an end user who is going to have to pay through his or her nose for the end for the product that are coming from your industry. So your industries are shutting down because they are running at loss because of a system that says you can't generate any electricity anywhere in Nigeria. You would have to connect it to the national grid. It is from the national grid that they can now redistribute it. You are allowed to generate it, but you can't really do it on your own. You have to connect it. Is that not backward? So you ask Peter Obi, what is he going to do? These are questions that even you yourselves could begin to know that. And when you begin to dig and do all of that, you will begin to understand why Nigeria never worked and it will never work. Those who are being sent to populate your assembly, those who actually should be there, looking into all of these things, breaking the monopoly, breaking that centralized power, because that is what is dividing everybody. So somebody can now say, Shebi, I gave you railway. Why can't Yoruba people develop the rail line? Tinubu has been constructing railway, blue line, metro rail in Lagos for how many years now? For 20 years. Yet Lagos State is generating more than 1 trillion naira. Half of that is going to Abuja every year. 1 trillion naira, more than 1 trillion naira. Yet Lagos couldn't construct and complete. But in a federal system, all of those things can be privatized and can be owned. But when they have turned many of your states to beggarly states, all they do is pay salary. And then when they want to have something to steal, they begin to grade your road and give you substandard road that are going to wash off in another few months, and then on and on and on and on, and that's how you live through it for 23 years. So if all of you will see why many, even though I shouldn't be mingling in your fracas, however, I realize that many of you were like now tearing Sowore apart, tearing him here and there. I could not tell yourself very well. Now I won't do election. We be spectators. We are watching. Are you with me? We are spectators. But the same Sowore that you are tearing apart was among those who clearly also stated what and how he felt like you could have a real electricity without having to go and study anywhere. I'm not an engineer, but I know that you don't need any special training to give anything. All you have is to give right policies. And with the way Nigeria is structured, with the way these people have partitioned Nigeria and gave you state, local government, state, and all of that, you can continue. You can even go and bring any prophet of your kind, or go and bring any kind of a man of anybody that you feel like is next to God to come and head Nigeria. They will lie to you, because the real thing is that there's nobody that should be promising you anything other than a policy change that starts from the fraudulent constitution. And if you think that you can jump that over and then you will have a Peter Obi that will be giving order, you are lying to yourselves. So Sowore, I think it was Sowore that first through they were bombarding Sowore's Facebook. Every time Sowore posts anything, my friend, stop this nonsense. Go and support Peter Obi. Many of you, they take no for an answer. But the campaign never start to go everybody go tear themselves as you want to tear yourself. So I think it was Sowore that first that now responded and said, no, why would I go and join them? I think that's the statement he made.
Said that the Labour Party had become an orphanage for politicians that are homeless. It didn't take long before our man ran there when he became homeless. The Labour Party should not have in its company somebody who managed 13 months of strike, worker strike in Anambra State. The reason Obi left PDP was because they outplayed him with transactional politicking. Where is the structure of Labour Party? You should ask yourself. In 2019, the Labour Party presidential candidate got 5,000 votes. I was allocated 33,000 votes. So even if you want to look at structures, a structure that delivered 33,000 votes is probably better and bigger than that of 5,000 votes. The Labour Party and the Peter Obi people should come and join us. We are the ones who know how to stand up for you. You said you were governor of Anambra State. When you were governor, did you build any schools, universities that your children could attend? If the question is no, why are you lying? Did you build any hospitals in that state that you can go for treatment if you fall sick? If it is no, why are you lying? Did you do any quality roads? If it's no, why are you lying? I am not here to do ethnic politics. I'm not here to do religious politics. I'm here for the liberation of the Nigerian people.
Sure, you get now. So now all of us get bad mouth. So don't pretend that all of you are not using bad mouth on Sowore, even though that kind of came off, like it came out kind of off. Many people felt like Sowore shouldn't be the one to be making that kind of statement. Not now. You have called Sowore different names. But the truth of the matter is that Sowore has almost always been right. Most of the time when you're going to find out, it's just going to be like, you will never remember that I did tell you. But now all of us get bad mouths. All of you are saying bad, you know, all of us get bad mouths. If you listen to so many people, if some people say some things, if they type some things and you picture it in your head, what they mean. And if you want to hear horrible things that people can say, go to Sowore's page. You will think it is Sowore that told that Emefiole to print. Okay, I'm even coming to that one. But ObiDients, I want you all to know that now all of us, the victim of the rotten Nigeria. And if all of you, if you are not keeping, if you decide that you are not keeping prisoners, you are not keeping prisoners, last, it will come be like a gang up. But it be like all of you said you are already, you've generated a 20 million vote already, or even 30. As it be so, I know if you advise you now, if you see Sowore, Tiara, but there's something I want you to know very well. A time that you needed people to actually keep the momentum of resistance in place. Many of you, when many of you were cousin to your different oppressors in PDP, in APC. Before NSAS, even after NSAS, when many of you are now cousin back to some of these people, when you felt like, Sowore was there and he's been there. Even those who have said all manner of nonsense about Sowore, he's been there. When many of you moved on after NSAS, because so many of you are saying that the reason why you don't want anybody to try anything with Obi, you have different departments. I heard you. I read that online, where you have different departments: violence department, diplomacy department, clinical department, and different departments. The answers, that is one of the reasons why many of you are angry with the system and you want to politicize your anger now to fight the system, whatever it's going to take. Omoyele Sowore, who called for that protest. Some of you don't even remember him now. You said he wanted to take glory. He's jealous. He's this and that. Waiting, you said 2 years ago, NSAS is what you are saying again. But guess what? When they brought their guns and they started shooting everybody, every one of you, and you ran away, Sowore is among the people who have been going to court to go and free so many of your comrade. When many of you moved on with your life, or many of you ran into your hole everywhere,
this same Sowore was the one. And many people who received their freedom months after NSAS. It is this same Sowore. If they call her name, they abuse her, they do all of that. The guy is strong, I don't know. I don't know why he's interested in contesting and all of that again. I actually wanted to bring him back here someday and ask him, Sowore, why, which bit, you know what I mean? But he's an adult, he's man enough to make his own decision. So whatever you want to do with Sowore, now put poster out. But I just want you to remember that 5 people for the past 2 years now, almost 2 years now, five people, they are still in Agodi prison. It is this same Sowore that is organizing lawyers here and there. For your comrade, though, that you did Aluta, NSAS 2.5, I mean, almost 2 years ago. So if all of you are catching feelings, I know many of you are former Goodluck Egbere Jolantan supporter who have not healed from 2015. Many people have tried to heal from 2015, but I know a lot of people will never heal. Whatever Sowore is to you, somehow, just remember that when this whole thing died down, many of those who are retweeting, resharing for you, and the likes of Sowore, they are the type who attend there anything and push for you, even after abusing and attacking him. You know what I mean? It's up to you. Eja Jekamaru, Kajekamaru, Teminiel, or Koteba Unikevik Sowore, whatever Toba Unikadofiraishe. So let me take a quick break and just say hi to our people who attended the 1 million man march in Brussels just yesterday, just to say hi. Hi there.
Give us Biafra. Thank you very much for coming here today. We are doing what we have to do.
Yes.
They must hear us.
Yes.
And they must know that we are here.
Yes.
Our case has been on for more than 50 years.
Yes.
It is time to take it serious.
Yes.
And we call upon the European Union and the European Parliament to take up the issue of the Biafran people.
Yes.
The genocide that is going on in Biafra land must stop.
Yes.
Therefore, great Biafra. We have made our point here. We will go to the place where they have given us authority. Great Biafra! Great Biafra!
Some said that it's all confusion. Somebody is asking me there that okay, I actually caught 2 comments. One on Facebook. One said, "You presenter, you are a devil. You are against Peter Obi, Olori Ibu. I be devil. Anybody that is against Obi is a devil. In your book, we look at you. Now many of you get mentor. Now your mentor they talk because you see that way you just talk, That is the same thing a Tinubu boy will say. And they have said that to me. They said, "You this Maiyegun, you are a bastard. You are a devil." Why? Because I don't like Tinubu. I haven't even told you that I don't like. I told you I like you. I actually like you, but we look at you. They said that Peter Obi, after Peter Obi opened all the branches, as some of you are opening all these your mad branches, Peter Obi should also try and open comprehension page for all of you morons, because some of you are just dafties. We just they're go shoot. So you're gonna you this Maiyegun is a devil. Really, a me devil. Ask those who are also following Atiku. They will also say, this Maiyegun is enemy of There is no name they haven't called me. Any weary. I don't care how you actually take it. So don't worry. We are now for year in this temple. As now they have all your own branches for all these things that are going on. Trust me. We also get branches here too. We also have our own violence department here in the Temple of Truth. So Kokori Buruku song. There is no worry that is in your head that doesn't have any size here. We have different sizes here. If you are an old man, young woman, a man, a woman, wherever you are, we get different departments here too. So open comprehension department. If you have a place where they will be teaching you A, B, C, D. They say, is this one? No. Now, waiting it mean be this so before you all enter market like as you have been doing. Because most of the people who are actually raising points, they are raising good points in a way, genuinely. Nigeria has a way of, it's sad, isn't it? So if you really feels like I'm the devil, okay, now your turn, call me devil. So you open your eyes, you don't just follow the crowd. It doesn't make you, just open your ears. Don't call it people who don't like what you like. Some people don't like it. So you need to know that. And some of you are actually adults. You see grown-up men. You don't like me, Toby. You are enemy of Nigeria. Olofo. No be so you will they shout in 2015. Now every 4 years, some people are enemy of this, enemy of that. When you now do all your oriburuku, when you finish with your oriburuku, then you come back after a year, you start shouting, God, come and fight for us. So there are people who says that ask questions. You don't always, some of you are grown up, okay? Not be everybody be, you don't. Don't always be like that. No contaminate your children if you have been, and some of you have advice anyway. Some of you should not even try in any way to reproduce. Comprehension problem. It's just an issue on its own. So the second one is that, the second one there is that they said they want to do Muslim tickets. Muslim tickets. Does it really matter? Who among them can you say is actually a real Muslim or a real Christian if you have to put that into your political consideration? But they know how to press so many buttons in many of you. But anyway, let's cut the chase. There is a man that said, over my dead body, hear from himself.
So you are emphatically saying to Nigerian voters today that you will not.
I will not, and I said it, I will never
seek.
I will not even, it's not in the dream. I've never done any day, and that will not come.
To be vice president.
I will not. How will it be?
I just thought I should play that because his name is now popping up with that of Okowa to go and deputize Atiku. A lot of rumor is flying about. Same thing with Tinubu. They said that Tinubu is probably going to be paired with Lalong, but they have warned them that there is no Christian. If anybody pick any deputy for Tinubu, and that deputy, that vice president is a Christian from northern Nigeria, they will never vote for him. So now they said that somebody just said they are trying to call on Bishop Kuka. But in my own way, right? I was reading something, right? Let me read that out. I was reading something and I'm like, if some of you actually really, really care, if you have a chance for real, you shouldn't even be in any way participating in any fraudulent election other than a possibility of staging an immediate, I'm just saying this now, an immediate revolution that will order for the arrest of all these rogues because of what they have done. They shouldn't even be putting a poster anywhere that they want to be anything at all, especially APC. I was checking. They said that, Nigeria debt right now is
They said Nigeria debt is somewhere around there 45 trillion. And that's, a little bit around the 95 billion dollars. From 8 trillion in 2015. Then they said that's not all. Do you know that the Central Bank of Nigeria that has been printing and printing and printing money for Buhari, that they have printed over 17 trillion naira. This is not money borrowed anywhere. This is Central Bank printing money. After all the looted, returned loot, relooted. After all the borrowed, everything, right? Central Bank, Emefiole, printed over 17 trillion naira in 7 years for this Buhari's government. And guess what? It is like times, it is like times 3 or times 4, nearly times 3.5 of what the Central Bank of Nigeria has printed in 55 years. Make I give you the figure better. In 55 years, Central Bank do print money. They will print small money. They will give government how much they print, and you know what I mean now. Coded money. They call it backdoor money. Every time government make extra money, Central Bank will deduct that money and put it back and cover it. Inflation managed. Apart from the round-tripping deal that crashed and destroyed your naira, this is another scheme that Emefiole should be standing trial for treason. Bokwari should be standing trial for treason. Fake Pastor Ruga should be standing trial for treason. And if they are found guilty, they should face the life imprisonment. Life in jail, no parole, no discharge, no nothing. Maximum prison. Ajale, like, with what they have done to you. But many of you won't know. Or won't understand. You know, but you won't understand. Comprehension. Criminals, 17 trillion. They said in 55 years, since 1960 to 2015, Nigeria Central Bank has printed 600 billion naira. 55 years. So if you put all the money that they printed and gave to government before this APC, 600 billion naira. But from 2015 to 2022, Central Bank Emefiole has printed over 17 trillion naira, coded and borrowed Buhari. Guess what they were using the money for? Because Nigeria is broke. They are using the money to augment payment of salaries. They are using the money to balance some of the states so that they too can try and pay half salaries. You are broke. You are done for. 99% of your revenue, whether money from crude oil, whether money from taxes. So in Nigeria today, 99% of your money is going into debt servicing. What does that mean? It means that when you pay your tax in Nigeria, 99% of that tax they are taking from you is going into debt servicing, not payment to servicing, so that the increase, the extra, lapo, you borrow lapo. If you not pay on time, it go increase. Then you pay the increase. That is what they are using the 99% of the revenue in Nigeria. Alaye, in 7 years. So now you have the poverty capital of the world. You have the terrorist capital of Africa. You have the most corrupt nation in the entire Africa. Terrorists everywhere. Because they have crashed and crushed you. They wrote a 2022 budget this year. They don't even have the money. In that budget, they budgeted 15 point something trillion naira. 15 trillion. They don't get money. So they plan to go and take loan, to go and borrow, to finance the budget that they wrote there that they are going to fix Aso Rock, change the Pampas, change the what do you call it, the old people's toilet, and all those things that they want to change this syringe, change this and that in the Aso Rock clinic and all of that. All those nonsense they put in that budget, they have no money. They will go and borrow it. So they said the money they will gain from the entire country for this 2022, they were looking for 5 trillion naira. Now they have a budget of 15.7 or 15 point something trillion. Then from nowhere, subsidy came into it. People who couldn't build refinery, they are going to spend about 4 trillion to 5 trillion on subsidy in 1 year. They don't have the money. What did they do? They put it, they added it to the budget, and they decided to go and borrow it. Now the debt of Nigeria is going to cross 100 trillion naira by the time they are done. Then you ask yourself, how are you actually coming to actually recover from that? And when? And then when you look at I haven't seen that of Peter Obi manifesto, so I'm going to confess that, but I'm saying it to you right now. The system dragged and drenched us in debt. There's no plan for our future. There's nothing for our children. There's absolute nothing. And then somebody's going to come and tell you, I'm going to give you job. I'm going to give you this and that by saving money and all of that. The money is there. We'll find it and we'll save it. That's what Peter B will tell you. And that's all you want to hear. But when people ask technically, tell us, this is what is on ground. Tell us how you're going to actually breach this. Minding this, the religious fanatics who actually put this together for their own interest. Minding the corrupt military who are also in bed with terrorists and making money from this. Minding those who are also the religious clerics up north and south who are also milking this division in their own interest and all of that. Bridging all of this and then putting a policy together will actually make that happen. Something that you would love to read, or he knows what to do. Like they told you, Bokwari knew what he was going to do. He was going to employ people that are smart, this and that, and here you are today. I'm not comparing Bokwari to anybody. I don't think there's anybody worse in this life, as worse as Bokwari and his team, Pastor Ruga and the rest of them. But it is Nigeria. You can only produce the worst. Is that not what the place is all about? That is why many of us are saying, if any serious candidate from anywhere says he loves Nigeria so much, if you watching me right now even understands Nigeria very well, you understand that each region would have to operate on their own, in their own terms, in order to meet up their people's real need, your need, education, healthcare, and the rest of that. You can be able to actually participate in your own politics right there and choose your representatives. A system that allows you to actually kick them out the way some of you think you could do if you elect anybody or pretend to have elected anybody in Nigeria. Oh, if he doesn't perform, we'll kick them out. You can't kick them out because the system picks them, not you. You only validates them. And that's how it works. But when you put everybody back into the true, real federal system of government, where everyone indeed can actually, if any of them can come out and prove and say that publicly, then you will see many of us who will say, okay, yeah, let's see how is it going to be. Because we know they can't. You know why they can't? They would have to lie about it. They would have to hide a lot of things and pretty much just give you the flowery statement about all of this and bury this deep division, bury them inside their nonsense manifesto. And you, once you read the headline, you go along with it. And like they say, buyer's remorse at the end of the day. So I am saying buyer beware. And that is why many of us are not going to be part of it. And we are also going to campaign. Sowore says he wants to be president, Abi. And some of you want to hit him raw, Abi. Some of us are going to also, indeed put a lot of money into this awareness and enlightenment right there in the heartland of Yoruba land in the coming, weeks and months that will lead there to your charade election, okay? Like I said, you are not our enemy. As you are lying to yourselves and pushing your agenda here and there, and you are ignoring all of the red flags and all of that, enjoy it. I just want you to know something. Not be everybody be your enemy, because we are coming, and our own enlightenment is not going to be about voting, because we know some of our own brothers and sisters who have actually followed the crowd right now. They've signed up for the PVC and the rest of that. So we are coming too. So you would have to deal with some of us and it's going to be like that everywhere as well. So if anybody says they love Nigeria, they will come out boldly and deliver a keynote policy formulation or manifesto that will give us the roadmap, the roadway into breaking Nigeria along the same ethnic, religious, and then whatever it is that everybody wants to live with, and let everyone develop in their own pace. But if you are jumping up and down for Peter Obi because Peter Obi is going to come and make one Nigeria, you are not telling yourselves the truth. And guess what? You are going to find out soon as well. So enjoy it while it lasts. I'm going to take a quick break, and then when I get back, I'll take a few calls. So I hope I'll get some of these obedient guys to come in and enlighten us a bit. Tell us what we don't know. But as it is, I don't know which Nigeria they want to. You are probably trying to help them keep together from January to June. No. NNPC and some of these oil companies in Nigeria, they haven't remitted over $62 billion. Imagine if you managed to get that from your 90-something billion debt. Do you know what that is going to relieve? It's going to bring to the people that have been impoverished because of these rogues who dragged them into a generational indebtedness. You're not paying attention. Continue to listen to promises. Like I said, give me a moment. Let me top my tea. And when I get back, I won't come listen to some of you as well. But don't worry, before I go, right, remember, you should, like that video and then share it if you haven't. When I get back, I'll start taking a few calls. So, here I come. So there we go. I have a caller. Don't be on the keyboard only. You two can call. The number is on the screen, and it is a WhatsApp call. So here we go. Hello there.
Hello. Good evening, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Great. Thank you for today. Thank you for everything.
Yes,
you know what I want to say is that you were talking about some people like saying shit about you, about Obi. One thing is that people should know your platform. Your platform here, you are someone who doesn't support like election. You believe that supporting election is validating the constitution. It's just like a pan. So anybody coming to your platform, you are right to criticize any presidential aspirant, because what you are feeling is that what can they do with that constitution that is fake? You know what I'm trying to say? So anybody coming to your platform, because I know who you are. I don't believe to come and expect you to glorify any presidential person, be it Tinubu, Atiku, but you know, because the constitution is the problem from your own point of view, which I believe.
I'm actually saying that there's nothing anybody's going to say now, sir, that we haven't heard before, okay? And then they are all avoiding the real thing. They are saying, wait till I get there. If I get there, I will do it. Come on, man. How long do you actually believe that you should be deceived again and again? I'm not against them, because, in fact, the fact that they have the courage enough to pull a force to say they want to go after PDP, APC is fun enough to see. Well, I am not part of that. So, but for those who think they are abusing me or not today, I've told people, I said 2 months ago, no, was it 2 months ago? I think it was the last year. I said, by the time their election starts, even many of your brother who are shouting Biafra, shouting Yoruba Nation, shouting revolution now, when their election starts, you will begin to see them tell you, wait for that for now. Let us shoot somebody first. You will see, and we have been witnessing that already. So who is that weary that is going to now abuse me, that is going to surprise me? Not me, sir.
Yeah, so the thing I want to say is that, you know, why we tend to, because me, I believe no election, I don't believe in, like, but why I try to give them, like, let me see what they're going to do. Because some people will say, you have to get inside to change it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you can see the NSAS situation.
Mm-hmm.
Why they were able to succeed is that they time it that they want to topple the government. That if they really want to do it, they should go and form a party and come and. Mm-hmm. So that's why when maybe they time them terrorists, that is when they start, you know, shooting these people. Mm. But now they are coming through a legitimate, according to them,
yes,
protest is legitimate, actually, if it's peaceful. But now they are coming in from a political party.
And that is why I actually said that they should be encouraged, not kind of despised. But they themselves are pretty much like going after everybody. If you say anything with them, Baba, they go tear you. Or some of us have no well. And I hope, and I wish them well, because if they manage to push anything, now all of us go feel them. If it's good, if it's not, now all of us go feel them. Like Buhari, as I said, you know. So we wish them well. They should just don't make any meeting of anyone, which is not.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So he's right. What happened is that when the young people said they were tired of the government said they wanted to topple them illegally. And that's why I said that I am quite impressed with the movement. It's massive. I've spoken about it all the time. And it's just that it's become toxic. But they are saying that people are being toxic to them and all of that. Whatever. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Ekale, Maiyegun. Ekale. Adebo Alelonso from Nigeria. I just want to say something.
Please, you are live. Everybody can hear you.
Yeah. I just want to say something. Nigeria is a joke. Whether they like it or not, all these political actors, whether they like it or not, Nigeria is going to break. Forget about all this PVC. You can imagine. People are still coming out in Ekiti. The election is called. I was so disappointed. The poor people, the middle class, people that are supposed to boycott the election, they are on the street. They are saying that they want to.
I don't know. Have any choice. Now, what do you want them to do? This and that. Well,
our problem is too enormous. Then concerning the system of government we are operating, look at Germany. Germany is operating federalism. Every region are coming, as in they are developing at different pace.
Their own pace.
Why can't we do the same thing in Nigeria? Or better still, let everybody go their separate ways. One thing I know is that revolution will still come and this country will break. That's my submission.
God bless you, my brother. Let's hear from another person as well. That's somebody, from Nigeria, Yoruba land. Hello there. Let's see. Oh, did I get her in? I think I missed. What's going on? Okay, I got it now. Hello there.
Tuale.
Oh, yeah. Go ale. Oh yeah. Go wale baba. Oh yeah. Take me go here. Would you screen it right away?
Yoruba Rescue Fund. Ìgbìmọ̀ má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Jekomo. Alpha.
Baba, Morisha, man, you are doing
that. You know, I was saying, I won't come up bed, but I just say,
don't be here. You move now. They really bring out the real elephant.
Oh, I don't want loud damn. I just make a snap. You said we can't just snap. Go just move away like say no happen. Continue, Baba.
Is it? Let me just say I don't want to waste time because of other people that are online.
Please.
Do you observe what happened 2 weeks back there about?
Is that the one that happened
in the House of Commons, where they were debating about Nigerian insecurity?
I remember.
Do you understand the narrative that is going on now, coupled with what is happening of people being killed in churches and kidnapped in churches and the rest of it? This is their playbook. They want to start they want to colorate the whole thing to be like a religious war in Nigeria.
Is that not what my Lafia said, that they will start a religious war, a civil war in Nigeria?
I need why I called it. I need you to please, let's play back this Malafia state. That is why I'm calling.
You know,
let people go back and listen to this man.
Steve-O, you know why I've not been using the clip? Because that clip came from, I don't know, somebody just reported it on one of our broadcasts. I had to delete that broadcast and then, cut it off and re-upload the broadcast. So that's why I didn't use it anymore. But yeah, I would have loved to be replaying that for us all, to hear that man.
I tell you, the exact thing this guy said, may his soul rest in peace, is what he's playing out now. For House of Commons to be debating about Deborah being killed and the rest of the killing and the rest of it, is because that is the same playbook they have put in play so that it would look like a religious war. And once the Southwest is burning, people are being killed, people are everywhere, the commotion is rising, then Britain will say, okay, we are sending peace delegates to Nigeria. Our problem is that we are not listening to messages. We are not listening to messages. This guy has said it and nobody even took it seriously. And when he's even start playing out now, nobody is even understanding it.
See, the church is suggesting that everybody go get gone now because this money will they pay terrorists.
It is not going to work.
No?
That is not the issue. The first and foremost is that if assuming we had leaders, what we are supposed to do is what? Sit down for 2 days, shut down the whole of the Southwest.
Yes.
For 2 days.
Yes.
Just like this our brothers, Biafrans. So everybody sit down at home for 2 days. Now the issue is that never even change the narrative. It is not about security. Our problem is not about security only. That is secondary. Our primary problem is that we want to go. Yes. And what kept us together has expired in 2014. Let's bring it back because even Peter is not even talking about what is the crux of the matter. The crux of the matter is that amalgamation has expired. Let's not paint it like we are being killed, we are being marginalized because the next they will say that they are going to settle it. And you now have a Southerner where maybe the Tinubu or whatever is going to be the president, so they are going to settle. No, don't let play into their hands.
Don't let us play into.
Let us tell them what we want. This is where I would have loved our papa. Banji, what's his name? Sorry, Banji. So come out in full force. Go to TV stations. I'm not talking about Nigeria. International TV stations. Let them understand that we are not talking about the killing and the rest of it. That has been happening. People are being killed more and more every day, even in hospital and the rest of them. What we are saying is that we want to go. Simple. Because now they are colorating it to be a religious war to distract us from the very reason why we are agitated. It is not about that they are typically not alone and the rest of it.
Is it that people are not interested or we don't have Yorubas who could have facilitated international media interest in this Yoruba nation struggle? Is it that
we don't have them, or we just never really have used them or something.
We don't have a structure. That is what I'm saying. We don't have structures on ground to do this. We don't have structure on ground to address the point. We are just agitating because the people are more amplifying more of the killings, insecurity, the rest of this and that, and the corruption and the rest of it. No, if we have our elite speaking to this crux, the crux of the matter is that we want to go. We have them on ground, but there is no structure that is pushing them to speak, that is channeling their intellect to bring about this discourse. And what is one of the reasons? Because there is no fund, there is no organization, there is no strategy. There is no strategy. You cannot tell me we don't have a lead.
No, they even kicked us out of court in Ekiti. Have you heard that? The court case in Ekiti.
I heard about that one. My brother, let me tell you, that is not supposed to be our problem. Going to say there is not going to be an election or the drama. The main thing, election. You have to do about your own. Go about your own business of we want to live. If it's just 5 million of, do you know what it's not 5 million? Do you know what's not 5 million? 5 million people say they want to live in a country.
No joke.
They can't ignore you. But we don't have the structure on ground. We don't have a strategy to go about this thing. That is everybody is starting up and down. Hey, once for one PO, once a bomb, once a kidnapper. No. Let's get focused. Let's be focused. What is our focus? We are pushing.
Okay, I get that.
That's it.
Thank you so
much. I don't know if we can put a structure on ground.
We will.
That will bring about elite to be discussing this thing. That we are living. We are not together because what kept us together are the expired. We need a referendum to go. It's a simple thing.
Thank you so much, Sivo.
Baba, don't let me waste too much of time because if I continue like for the next 2 hours, Baba for Oloni. Baba.
Oh yeah,
go from tech.
Go on.
Yorùbá Rescue Fund. Ìgbìmọ̀ má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, ma.
Good afternoon from here. I'm so lucky to have gotten you today.
I'm glad you did. So, go.
Maiyegun, yeah, nice speaking to you. But I think I want to this person that spoke earlier on, that gentleman talking about how we can't get to international media and all that. I think there's a lot of on ibi tá ń lọ lójìn àbí bó lọ ẹ máa ń pòwe yẹn but ibi tá ń lọ ibi tá ń yá sí ó ti pọ̀ jù ibi tá ń lọ òjìn exactly there's so much discord àwọn èèyàn máa ní káwọn èèyàn dáwọ́ síbí káwọn èèyàn dáwọ́ síbẹ̀ yẹn káwọn èèyàn dáwọ́ there's so many places because ordinarily we tó bá yẹ pé a ní ibi tó yẹ pé a ti ń dáwọ́ sí ojú kan tá a ti ń dáwọ́ sí láti jọ ẹni mo sọ pé a sì lè raise owó tá a máa fi get àwọn lobby tá a máa push wa internationally. But everybody fẹ́ jọba on their own. I don't get it.
I know.
Ó sad because the way tá a ṣe ń bá lọ yìí, the way tá a ṣe ń bá lọ lọ́run jẹ́ ká rí Yorùbá nation gbà ọ́. And Yoruba nation is more than 5 billion kọjá petition. I'm sorry, it's beyond that.
It is.
We still need referendum.
There's so much that goes into it.
We still need referendum.
So much. Like when people say I got shut down, you know, it's so much beyond.
It's beyond it. Taba shut down. Now when you want to one, come out like a protect one.
There's so much that goes into it. It's true.
There's so much that goes into it, and people are being deceived in their millions, and it bothers me.
And it's sad, exactly, because there's so much deceit going on that you could barely actually find any clearly defined, explained. Where are we going?
Yes.
I actually shared in your own, I have to say, I share in your own frustration, man. I have to say. Because there are many people asking me, I just have to.
Somebody called into your program complaining of the same thing. When get 5 million petition,
I know. That is not how it works.
People are being deceived.
Go on, man.
Oh, then, what is sue me, man?
Am I going to sue you, Sherry? I just saw for you. all that you can say happening now. Sometimes if they are not happening, maybe this Yoruba Nation campaign and awareness would have been dead long time ago. But I want to consider some of these things as, like you said, ibitan ya lo poju si, ibitan lo ojino. But you know one thing, we are also learning along the way. You know what I mean? Because we can't deny the fact that despite all of these shortcomings, people are actually responding when it comes to showing their solidarity towards this campaign all over the world.
I understand, Maiyegun, but we need the real work, the real push, talking to the right people, doing the right thing, letting people know the truth and the crux about all these matters. And when you need lots more, if it's beyond petition, I want to say intellectuals, I feel like to get 5 million petition, actually, fly flags, rubbish.
We will try our best in the midst of the whole confusion. We will continue to keep in touch with you because there are people who are doing it right. But what I can say, Ma, is that it's not that or should I say the reason why we don't seem to have a full direction right now is because of too much kind of scattered
in-house
But I get you, ma. I get you. Because they complain, no. If not, I'm gonna complain, no. It has to be us doing something, and who knows if we get it right, that could be the torchlight that everyone will be like, oh yeah, let's go through this. But it is complicated as well. But we'll try.
And people should leave Maiyegun alone, no. That man that said how many days ago saying, Maiyegun loju e wa kilo de egbe Maiyegun le o onikaluku na lo ma se homework here o. It's true now. People should do their homework. You can't just put the onus on one person.
No, mo ko to say ni pe our emi ti learn a lot handling our people and money and things like that. Sometimes you like to be very careful to man so it's not most there conscious to anything. It's simply because of what people will misunderstand a lot, and if you react somehow sometimes that too can send a wrong signal again, and it's so complicated. But we will try and then put on a torchlight. All of us here. Then we'll see how far that will take us. Because there's so many people, there's so many professionals, there are so many experts. See, when we're talking about security,
I know some too, yes.
Yeah, there are security experts who have been in touch and they said, how can we be of help? I said, wait, we'll put everything in a way that will be easier to connect.
Well structured,
organized. We shouldn't scatter after that again. So if we manage to bring ourselves together, security experts, medical experts, financial experts, policy makers, here and there, all over the place, if we can manage to bring ourselves to a single place, we will likely achieve what you have in mind. And like you said, we have an idea where we want to go. So we'll build on the success of others that have done it so far. And it's up to us, man. Don't give it up. We will redefine it.
Give up. I'm happy I'm able to call him.
I'm happy that I heard your voice too, ma.
All right, thank you, Maiyegun. Well done.
Yes, can be nice night, yeah? Thank you so much, man. Yeah. So a lot of people are concerned and they always raise the concern.
Hello.
What I would say is, hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you? Hello, I can hear you, sir. Hello. Okay. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening, Ekale.
Good evening. Good evening, Ekale. Nice talking to you tonight.
Pleasure,
so
sir.
God will bless you. Before I proceed, my name is Adesina from London.
Say that again. Your
name,
sir?
God will bless you. Adesina from London.
Adesina from London. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. God will bless you.
Amen.
I like the way you calm the last caller. You know, so people are talking about referendum. You can call for referendum whereby you know your identity. You understand?
Yes.
Our people have lost their identity. Some people, because they didn't know anything than Nigerian. You know, so before you can say referendum, they need to realize who their identity. Like, okay, who are you? So most people doesn't even know their identity. So we cannot be crying for a referendum. Is it the one that INEC will conduct?
Especially because by their law, if anything pops up today, it will be the INEC. But I keep saying that if a law that is going to allow referendum, that same law is going to highlight that INEC should not conduct it. Do you know that, sir? Because it will require an amendment to put a referendum into their book. That same amendment can also say not INEC, sir. But I've heard that many times, but I'm with you.
Yeah. So people, we have to calm down, because Nigeria is a huge elephant. You don't expect to, bring Nigeria down in just a minute like that.
Not just like that.
So it will require a lot of effort. So we shouldn't relent. We should
consider some of these actions as part by part, and in part, we dismember everything until everything actually opens up.
That is it. You see what is going on? God is on our side.
I believe.
You see, Britain might, created Nigerian because of economy or whatever. But now you get to a point, I don't think Britain will support genocide openly.
No.
They will not. So so the prayer is God is raising good leaders among us, good shepherds among us. And I tell you, you are the one of them. I am the one of them.
Yes.
Because number one,
we have to be what we want to see. Go on, sir.
Yes, we know our identity. We know what we want for the sheep. You see all those people over there?
Yeah.
There are a lot of sheep among them. They don't know. So now, good leader will go there and carry the sheep from danger.
To the right
That's the way I see it.
Safety.
That's the way I see it. And God is on our side. So we shouldn't relent. Look at this, your project. Oh, Otisese Baba. Otisese. Because Taba Bere,
I just picture full picture here on here again. Information you call because I'm not supposed to have shared this, but come on. I mean, it's coming together just same way I'm thinking it. And honestly speaking, oh man,
Yoruba Rescue Fund. Ìgbìmọ̀ májẹ̀kóbàjẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
So,
Baba,
I'm with you, sir.
Then, surprise
yes, sir.
Big project in my part, I everybody learn.
Well,
because people do project globally out, someone sheep. You more identity one, more the option one ma tẹ̀lé wa ni. So, ẹ ṣáà jẹ́ ká máa bá nǹkan tá à ń ṣe lọ. Àwọn tó ní 5 million petition is part of it. It is part of it. Identity wa tó ti sọnù àsìkò iná máa establish ẹ̀ kí gbogbo ayé mọ̀.
That's right.
Mi ilé ọ̀rọ̀ fún ẹ, we are Yoruba, we were like more than 120 million in UK. But tó bá rí gbogbo wa àkórí pọ̀. Mélòó wa ló wà ní politics níbí?
Yes.
So wọ́n máa difficult ká kàn sọ pé kí media àwùjọ tá a ti ń ṣe rally work o. Wọ́n ń gbọ́.
At least it's raising awareness, yeah. But there's more that should go into it.
Ẹ má jẹ́ kó sú wa ká máa ṣe lọ.
Yes.
Because àwọn èèyàn rò pé nǹkan tá a kàn máa lajú ó bóde ṣe máa rí nìyẹn, but journey yìí
iṣẹ́ la máa ṣe débẹ̀.
A ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ a máa débẹ̀ ni.
Exactly.
So ẹ jọ
and ká má try láti máa rò pé àwọn kan ò ṣe tó àbí àwọn kan ò ṣe dá, because every effort ló count. Yẹn lọ sọ pé wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ nìkan jẹlé.
Don't rely on that.
Yeah, we'll make mistakes.
Join them.
At least exactly what have you done in your own part, in your own little small space? What have you done to at least help instead of waiting for?
Because
I like that.
Yes, it is our nation. It's a nation,
Benny.
Because idea Nigeria no, do your part, I do my part. So,
thank you very much. We are almost there like this. We are almost there. Our princess, every evening, every day, our princess Mafetra Lati Fumiloro. A lot of people there, Maiyegun, what are you waiting for? I said, wait. When our people will eventually have it, we'll see if they will make it work. Can you hear my answer? A lot of questions, sir. Honestly speaking, but we'll get there.
Because police idea say whoever so member. Global project go for Yoruba can support there.
That's right.
I'm more little things, even budget tomato. Tomato the production tomato this is for Yoruba. I'm telling you, they are just like sheep. The debate sheep and shepherd me. Shepherd, good shepherd and bad shepherd. And Bible is a bad shepherd me, wolf and fox. Exactly what we shall learn. So imagine that in much time, So thank you, God will bless you because
amen.
I want to ye I want to ye don't come, I want you ye don't come, I want you won't finish to rule. Can be bear. It's a gradual until we capture everything. Thank you, my brother.
You stay safe, sir. God bless you too. Thank you. And you too, sir. Thank you. So I have another caller there on the line. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Kaleo.
Ekale, sir. Shalafia ni o.
Mr. Akintomide ni mo pè láti London.
Mr. Akintomide, sir. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Láti London. So everybody can hear you, sir. Sir. Go on.
Okay, mo kàn fẹ́ kí n pé ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun Olúwa wà pẹ̀lú yín o. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ kú ọwọ́ lómi o. Olúwa tọ́jú yín.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. And again, mo fẹ́ sọ nípa lady tó sọ̀rọ̀ láìpẹ́ yìí.
Okay.
Lady yẹn tó ní 5 million petition. Tá a ṣe láìpẹ́ yìí pé kò jẹ́ new.
Irọ́ kò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ó ní kò tán síbẹ̀ kó sì jù bẹ́ẹ̀ nǹkan sì kù. Kò tó sọ nìyẹn.
Wìdí ló kọ̀ fún yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe rí tó bá rí mọ̀ pé kò tán síbẹ̀ kí ni róò tó òun ti ṣe. Ó dàbẹ̀ ń pọ́ kàn wá sórí platform mi láti wá discourage others which is totally bad.
Àwọn wà láti wá bébí ṣe ẹ̀sà ẹ̀mọ́ tí mo fẹ́ ká try ṣe mọ̀ pé somehow sà irú ẹ̀yin báyìí sí ẹ̀yin lè rí nú ju majority wa lọ nínú àwọn míì náà tó ń gbọ́ wa báyìí tán mọ̀ àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ lọ opportunity láti mọ nǹkan tẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkan fi yẹn ṣe example sí yẹn ni o náà nítorí pé wọn mọ nǹkan tẹ́ mọ̀ yẹn ṣe pé dìlítù tí wọ́n mọ̀ yẹn tó bá rí pé kò tó orí ẹ̀ lọ́ máa fi react pé àti ẹ̀gbọ́n
àwọn àgbàlagbà náà ló
ń gbọ́ yín sà.
Àwọn àgbàlagbà ló ń pòwe kan pé gbogbo aṣọ kọ́là máa ń sá lóòrùn. Àwọn èèyàn máa ń báṣẹ́ lọ.
Ìyẹn ló jẹ́ pé irú àwọn platform báyìí sìn àwa lò àwa fi àṣọ àwọn èèyàn pé gbogbo aṣọ kọ́là ń sá náà o àti pé ìwọ náà láyé tiẹ̀ níbi tó wà yẹn ṣọmọ pé ìwọ náà níṣẹ́ ṣe ó lè kéré ó tóbi.
Exactly. Gbogbo wa la níṣẹ́ ṣe.
Ìyẹn ló jẹ́ pé àgbọ̀dọ̀ discourage ẹnì kankan báyìí. Èmi ti realize yẹn sá kí n má parọ́ fún yín. Kò sí ìgbà tó waste rárá. Gbogbo publicity tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú Yorùbá nation pátápátá àti every effort. Kò sí tó waste o. Ọjọ́ kan.
Kò sí o, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ní nígbà tó bá yá gbogbo ẹ̀ ní ó parí papọ̀ sójú kan.
Èmi believe bẹ́ẹ̀ sà.
Òun kan ń ṣe tiẹ̀ ìrẹ́ ń ṣe tiẹ̀ ń sìn àwọn kan náà ń ṣe tiẹ̀ ló wọn lọ́ní kan gbogbo wa nǹkan náà lájọ ń lé bẹ́ẹ̀ kì í ṣe pé kẹ́nìkan wa máa wá sórí platform yìí kó máa discourage ènìyàn pé kí ni bí mi ṣe rí bí kó má jẹ́ pé bóyá àwọn Tinubu náà àwọn àtọ̀dọ̀ àwa yẹn lórí platform yìí o.
lórí Maiyegun sà ó máa pè é because ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan sà ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan ṣe rí lórí Maiyegun àwa ni majority tí èèyàn bá là wá láàrin a máa ń mọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tàbádẹ̀ tí wàá rà àwọn èèyàn wa náà tó yẹ pé nǹkan yẹn ó kò fẹ́ yí wọn dáadáa ẹ̀tọ́ ni ká ṣe kí ni ò ká jẹ́ kó yé wọn láì kí ta ṣe lálẹ́ nsìn ṣẹlẹ̀ ní tó sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ǹkan yẹn ẹ má yẹ kó yà yẹn lẹ́nu pé 20% àwọn tó ń wò wá yìí lórí Facebook lórí YouTube wọ́n lè feel like nǹkan tí kọ́là yẹn feel like wọ́n ṣe raise ẹ̀ yẹn tá address ẹ̀yìn sìn ẹ̀yin gan tẹ́ ń bá mi sọ ẹ lè má mọ oyè ọkàn èèyàn tó ti balẹ̀ pẹ̀sẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wọn bá nǹkan tó kọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ̀ yìí náà lẹ́rọ tá ara ṣe yìí ìyẹn ló jẹ́ pé a máa encourage ara wa ni a gbọ́dọ̀ discourage ara wa.
ẹ̀rọ encouragement yẹn ló yẹ kì í ṣe kẹ́nìkan máa wá kó máa sọ pé àwọn ò tiẹ̀ mà bó ṣe bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ sí pé olùkọ́ ti sún wọn sí wọ́n fìwé rẹ̀ fi fáwọn àwọn èèyàn ni and with the look of things kò tẹ̀ pẹ́ mọ́ kò pẹ́ mọ́ nǹkan tá a fẹ́ gbà ẹ́ sí ó wà lẹ́yìn kùlé wá ń sìn ó kàn sí ó ń kán wa lójú ni àti gbà á already ṣé gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ló wà ní ibi tá a ti wá ní location náà yìí kò sí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì níbẹ̀ àwọn kan tribal error náà ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
It's just a matter of time. God bless you. More appreciate time here. Yeah?
God bless
nice
you.
Evening, sir.
And you too, sir.
God bless you, sir. So that is Alagba Kintobide. And then I have another caller on the line. A veteran. Here. There he goes. Hello, sir.
Hey. Maiyegun the General.
Yes, sir.
Nice to be here again.
It's a pleasure having you back. People are saying you are becoming controversial now with your lines of, with your stance on issues now. So, what do you have for us tonight?
I want to address that. Still want to speak on that. I'm not here to be. I'm not a tribal something. The reason why I pointed out a lot of the issue I did the last time, is that we should understand the game plan. They normally divide the youth, distract the youth, and at the end of the day, we all lose. So the reason I pointed out, if you're the guy supporting Tinubu, supporting obligated or whatever, all those nonsense that is going on, my message was, don't be distracted. Let us all work together and achieve Biafra Republic or the Dual Republic. All these people, they know. Look at what happened during the NSAS or whatever. Yeah. Some youth were taken to be ulams. They were paid to go and create confusion so that the youth couldn't work together as a single force. So,
they infiltrated their camp. Sir. Yeah. By the way, sorry for cutting you short there. Do you know that some of them ended up becoming the campaigner for Tinubu and Atiku today? In that same NSAS guys who actually front runners for NSAS. They are part of the APC PDP right now. And guess what? They are now those who are also attacking the Peter Obi people, who are also from the NSAS this. So it's gonna be like you said, we are all going to lose if we continue to fight blindly.
We are going to lose. I'm sorry to disappoint the people that are being obligated or obedient, whatever they call themselves. Look, the only way for us is our freedom. Referendum, no more, no less. All these, the energy you're using to campaign for election, use this to say no election in this place. We don't want any election, any fraudulent election. Because I can give you 100% promise, you're going to come back with heartbroken. What did they do?
ELLB,
I think we don't.
Usual.
What usually happens when one guy in Kano is going to be punching the numbers? One guy is going to put 2,000 votes, 5,000 votes. Figure is going to come up and say 1.something million votes from this place. 2.something million votes.
No void.
So why are we wasting our time on unnecessary? So my message tonight is: look, it's rather unfortunate that my last comment I didn't reference a lot of people going around talking about Tinubu. Tinubu has been doing this. I believe was well involved in the SAR situation, paying some people to so that it will not. He can make a case for his presidency. That was why Tinubu has to, because look at what happened during that time. We wanted to have rally in Lagos. Then Ed was left loose. And it's convincing is the Fulani slave in the north that, look, I can take care of these people. And that's exactly what happened at that time. So don't let anybody fool anybody, in essence. Let us all work together across Nigeria, southern Nigeria, and look for our freedom. That is the only way. The referendum is no all these obligations. Don't be distracted. You're just going to be preoccupied with something that is heading nowhere. You know, look at how Nigeria is run. You think there can never be free and fair election in Nigeria? Are you crazy?
They say they will force them to give them free and fair. So I said, let's encourage them. Is it not up against the same system? We'll go see.
You know, it's a waste of time.
Don't
let us be distracted.
Many of us, of course.
Let us all come together and push for the dual republic, push for Biafra republic. And the reason why I made reference to some of the history in the past is how division, how the hatred of the southern people against one another handed us over to the northerners. The northerners, one thing they've done better than we do is that they work together as a one single unit. In the south, Hausa, Igbo, we blame Yoruba, Yoruba, we blame Igbo. Stop blaming each other or one another. Work together, find a formula. Not to see somebody from the tribe he came from.
But we are already divided now. The people were together shouting that we need a referendum. Sir. Many of them are now saying that we don't want you wait. Now, Peter Obi now. And I can't fight them, even if some of them will fight us. So we are already divided, aren't we? Some want election, many of us don't. Here we are at the crossroad.
And look at the issue of Muslim, Christian, as if
that one is popping up already by the establishment.
As if any of them are Christian. How many of them are
true Christians or true Muslims? Now, so it be.
Last election, Obi was working with Atiku.
They were together. I mean, you know, it was going to be the good guy with the bad guy, but because there's a good guy on the ticket of a bad guy, then that could be a good bad one that they could do with instead of the devil one that they offered them in APC. So people can be that sentimental, sir. And that's what I'm telling them right now that they calm down with this your emotion, though.
Tinubu is looking for the northern rope too that they are going to package for Nigeria. And this is what we are facing. I'm telling our people today, don't buy into all this rubbish. If you keep wasting your time and keep wasting your data online and use that energy to have for no election, referendum now
if
or
anybody,
never.
Sir, let me ask you one question before you go, right? And if I am wrong, you can tell me, okay? I said, if anybody want to really fix Nigeria today, shouldn't they be talking and highlighting the process of saying, I can give you true federalism? These are the steps, which include, trashing that fake constitution and at the same time pushing and sending a bill to the National Assembly for the move for, something like to show, say, I will do this. Any of them will have delivered. Is that too much to ask before you can say, okay, let's go and see your fraudulent election? Is that too much?
The system today is so corrupt that we couldn't even get electronic voting pass because they know how to keep every one of us down. So there's this path where we are is a path that leads to more destruction, that leads to corruption. I support, if I were to be supporting the election, of course, I'll be voting for Omoyele Sowore in essence. But even if the system that we have right now is in place and is the president of Nigeria, it's not going to perform.
The reason why I won't personally vote for Omoyele Sowore is because he himself is unable to highlight how we can actually have the true federalism. Sowore just believe that go on, sir. Sorry.
It's not possible. Look at how they divide.
That's the point, sir. You can't have true federalism without having to cut off the hand of northern Nigeria from the cookie jar of what they take from the south. That's the bone of contention, isn't it?
I don't know if anybody is flying across Nigeria before and you go to the north, you hardly see people. They come to the south, you see a lot of people. how Southeast ended up with just 5 states and all this farmland where we only have cow and all these things.
All those places. So,
so the concept, you know, the system is rigged against common men. So the system, we should now focus on bringing this system down so that we can have referendum that can lead us to somewhere.
Everybody can go and decide if they want to be voting with Nigeria or not, or if they want to go and vote in their own country or not. I mean, is that too much? Of course it is for those owners of Nigeria.
It's already general. It's already rigged. There's no going back. We should focus all our energy on bringing the system down so that our people can be free to be able to make good determination for themselves and determine their own future. What we have now, the military gave us this constitution and said follow it, and this constitution of corruption, constitution that allow the cabal to determine our future. We are not voting. It's not voting that is happening in Nigeria. No. Cabal, we have super electorate. People can print 250,000 votes, and nothing is going to happen. And we are saying that we are going for election.
Electorate. I like that. Election? Instead of riggers. You call them super electorate who can deliver 250 votes, 250,000 votes.
And you're shouting because you are your friend, I'm obligated, and maybe you're able to gather 1,000. One single super electorate, we cancel all your votes. So why are you wasting your time?
No, they will sell you to go to court as well eventually. And then when you go to court, you will meet Tanko Technicality, the Babalawe Supreme Court Justice of Nigeria. He's also a plane driver, by the way. Yeah, you meet him there, and they will tell you for technical reason, you are right that they rigged you, but for technical reason, they cannot cancel the election.
I can't appreciate you enough. The only guy that was very close to speaking reality to Nigeria was Yaradua. Unfortunately, the man died. Immediately after he won his election, he said that the election that brought me in was deeply flawed. He mentioned to Nigeria. So today, all these careers that we are facing, we're just wasting our time. There is no election in Nigeria. The election is more or less to seek acceptance. It's more or less we are dealing with a situation very close to communism. We have group of cabal.
Thank you so much.
Your next president. So thank you, Maiyegun, for what you are doing, so that we can give time to other people.
Appreciate you,
but yeah,
thank you.
The battle continues. Thank you very much.
Stay safe, sir. Bye. Thank you. So I have another caller. I'm sorry that took us longer. But here we go. Hello there.
Hello, good evening, Maiyegun.
Hello, good evening, my brother, sir. How are you?
Yeah, it's good to connect with you tonight.
Well, it's a pleasure. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from location 419.
Okay.
This is BJ.
Did you say BJ or DJ?
BJ. BJ.
So here you go.
Yes.
Everybody can hear you.
Yeah, all right. I greet everyone that is listening tonight. And so far, I really appreciate all that we've been talking about. Really, we all know, certainly, everyone that is here, even the ones that are here to just eavesdrop, we know that this government cannot give us anything. We are so far so good. We have not run democracy for 23 years the way we have done right now since the creation of Nigeria.
This is the longest.
So it's the longest. We always have a coup or whatever manipulation, a change of constitution and all the right likes. But they have successfully run this one 23 years with their fake constitution. And look at where we are. And some people are still coming out to say they still want to have hope. The hope that brought Abiola, that is Abiola's mandate for us. Hope was Abiola's mandate for every one of us. And we all went out there, and we got that mandate for him. And they saw that this hope is positive for us, and they took it away from us, and we could not do anything about it. So why are we feeling like there's one big thing they want to give to us right now with Peter Obi?
I mean, like people still promising electricity, hospital, road, this and that, jobs, and people are not asking and saying, listen, all these things are not to be promised by politicians. Let me tell you that they are not to be promised. Policy will deliver them. If private sector deliver electricity, they will deliver electricity to everybody within a year. They will generate electricity for the entire southern Nigeria. But the system does not allow that, because to them it is not how Nigeria should work. You put it in, and they can then choose where should have electricity, where should have a good security, where should not have. That's how they put Nigeria together. Why should anybody now be so amazed that they are promising you electricity or promising you this and that again? How?
Can you imagine? So what does if Peter Obi goes there, does it stop them from nominating themselves in other ministries, in all those offices and all those things? It does not stop. It does not stop that. Okay, Mommy Onitiri said something tonight. She said, "Let us remove this English we are talking. This English we are speaking. Let's remove it now." Mr. Maiyegun, let's remove it now. Zimbabwe is Mr. Yoruba, and when they come out to listen to they don't understand it. You know, it shows that we are different. We are from different ideology, different culture, different tradition, different language. So why should anybody want us together and be saying it is a must? So it's so sickening.
They said that put a Fulani man in this room, an Hausa woman, an Igbo man, a Yoruba woman, an Ijaw man, an Efik woman, a Gbira man, a Doma woman. Pick them from everywhere and put all of them in the same room, right? And tell them to talk to themselves. They will never
in their dialect. They will never communicate.
Ever.
So those are the things that we should be looking at.
Expect such people to live in a country because you gave them English.
Because you gave them English. Yeah. So because you have given them English, they have become a nation.
That's easier.
They can talk now. So they can talk now. And you know, I don't know. But I just, the advice I will still give, what I will still beg my brethren to look at is to see that, okay, let's say, okay, this Peter Obi that you are giving to us, Peter Obi does not, Labour Party does not have senators, does not have a House of Reps.
If they want Peter Obi to deliver anything, you know.
So at the end of the day,
let's even put it in numbers. I'm not undermining them all. No, don't undermine them all. Because as it be so, sometimes let's say we will just wake up one day and a shocker will happen. We know something is cooking. Something is cooking in Nigeria. A shocker that will shake everybody. It could be this one, though, right? But let's give them an idea. Numbers, okay? They need 990. Okay, hang on. The entire House of Assemblies in all of the 36 states in Nigeria, they are a total of 996, less than 1,000. Okay?
Yes.
So the entire House of Rep members in the entire Nigeria, okay, they are representing 360 federal constituencies. They are 360.
Exactly.
Then you have 109 senators. Now, for anybody who wants to really change anything in Nigeria, right, for real, you need 57 senators on your party. You need 240 rep members in your party. Then you need, out of 36 states, you need 24 states as your party-controlled states. Then, out of the 774 local government areas, you need 584 local government areas controlled by your own party. Then, by having all of this, you can pass, you can move anything.
Yes, you can change the constitution, you can do anything.
Never forgive Obasanjo for what Obasanjo did after 1999.
Everything. He had everything to do to change everything.
He could change the entire whole thing that we are all talking today, right? But he didn't. But when he decided to do something, he decided to go for third time. Nobody should forgive him. Nobody should forgive Obasanjo.
You can imagine.
You can imagine that. So what I could say now is that there is nothing that they can offer you for another 4 to 8 years. They will only offer you suffering, or maybe take your life entirely. So who will want to wait for that to come? So I want to beg everyone, look, whatever effort, whatever thing that we are doing, from whatever angle, even the people that went to court yesterday, everything should be appreciated.
Everything matters. Please help me.
Everything matters.
Even if you don't agree with their style, if you don't agree with their approach, I want us to know something.
Yes.
They are doing something.
They are doing something.
Matters, especially at this stage.
They are doing something.
So important.
Yes, in my office, they call me Yoruba Nation. That is what they call me in my office. Brilliant. Because every time I open my mouth to speak, whatever thing I see around me, I always reflect on it, that if it had been in my nation, I know the kind of life I would have been living. You know? So, and that is how I want us to see it. And that is how I want us to see ourselves now. Yes. And you know, let us appreciate ourselves very well and speak our language. If you speak it all the time. If you don't know it, go and learn it very well now, because we are moving, and we are moving very soon. Thank you very much, Maiyegun.
My brother, it's a pleasure talking to you. Could we have missed that? It's going to be like a gold mine that we would have lost. I appreciate talking to you. Seriously. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, bye.
Nice one. So that's a very brilliant one, by the way. So I have another caller on the line, and we are coming closer and closer to the end of the
Hello.
Hello there, ma.
Malare.
Bontiwa.
Baby mi come there. Àjọkẹ́ Àdé come there. Ṣé ìjálè kan náà ẹ̀yin àti ìyá rẹ̀ ṣé ìjálè kan náà?
Bá ti gbóhùn wa, wọ́n bá ti gbóhùn. Ṣé ìjálè kan náà? Wọ́n á ti gbé rẹ̀.
Ẹ̀wọ̀n jálè kan náà o, torí pé mo nátọ̀mì tó gùn gidi. Àtòrí rẹ̀ gùn gidi gan. Tí máa ti pẹ̀sì.
Shut up. I know.
Ẹ sọwọ́ lómi. Àwọn tó ń pọ̀ mẹ́, ó yẹ kó máa dí ọ̀rọ̀ mu yẹn kù díẹ̀. Torí pé odidi wákàtí kan ni mo ti jókòó mẹ́.
Ṣé ìsọ̀ kọ́kọ́ fún yín mà? Ṣé nígbà míì ṣé ní sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ báyìí? Ní ìtẹ̀ ní mọ̀ pé time ti lọ. Right? Ṣé gbẹ́yìn tẹ́ ẹ̀ ní ìsìn lọ́hùn yẹn lẹ́wọ̀n? Oh, take a round up, Jari, let another person call in. You probably won't know.
Emergency room mo ti wá ń ṣiṣẹ́. Mo ní mo gbọ́dọ̀ pè kí ìbéèrè bébì mi pé báwo ni o ṣe ìjálè kan náà nẹ? Ṣe ìjálè kan náà?
Ó ti ń dọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ báyìí sí báyìí ó ti ń come together débi pé èmi kan ti ń wò pé ó dà pé máa lọ gba ẹni tó máa bá mi fàjà ṣọ́lé sí because value yẹn ó ti yé yín.
It is right. Yẹ́nì gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ yẹn, tẹ́mi ṣe wà yìí. Ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation ló jọ mí lógún gidi gan. Torí pé kí ni obìnrin lọ́lọ́run fún mi. Àwọn ọmọ oníjẹ̀ wà college, ìkan ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tán fún kìíní nìsín, ìkan lọ fún computer science. Àwọn kan tún jáde ọtún lọ fún master wọn. So ṣé pẹ̀lú gbogbo ìyà tí mo jẹ́ nílùú yìí pẹ̀lú ọkọ mi, àwọn ọmọ mi wá nípa àwọn fẹ́ lọ university Nàìjíríà location 9 o. Àwọn sábà máa fọwọ́ la lọ fún àwọn ọmọ tèmi. Àmì àrànà.
Bí nìkan dúró sí kó má bọ̀ síbẹ̀ yẹn, tó bá bọ̀ síbẹ̀ yìí, wọ́n lè fẹ̀mí wọn wéwu.
Àbí ṣé o torí ẹ̀ Yorùbá Nation ni èmi ò fẹ́ pé kíní kan, èmi ò jà fún Haúsá èyí kò kan kíní kan ó lè tèmi tí àwọn máa sọ pé gbé sí tó bá bọ̀ ká lọ ṣé o máa bẹ́ lórí gbé sí
tó bá lọ bá wọn gbé tọ́lọ́ gbé sẹ́yìn ilé ẹ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní pé wọ́n ní tí iná bá jó ni tó bá jó ọmọ ẹni tára èèyàn lè máa ń kọ́kọ́ gbọ̀n náà o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o so Yorùbá Nation ni Yorùbá Nation àwa là ń dẹ́rù wa gbé àwa ni so ẹni tó bá fẹ́ join kó wo ti kó má wo ti tóun gbádùn ní ìgbì kó wo tàwọn ọmọ tí ó bá jẹ́ fẹ́ joy kó bá wọn Nàìjíríà lọ. So we don't bloody care. Àtẹni tó ń wá tó máa wá sọ̀tọ̀ kú sọ ní pẹ́pẹ́ nínú kìíní mọ́mọ́ ẹni tí mo ti wà mọ́mọ́ ilé ìṣòkì tí wọ́n gbà lórí 5 million petition tó jẹ́ pé níbi tí wọ́n ń gbé ní Texas yìí máa bọ́ sí gbogbo tí wọ́n pẹ̀lú uniform mi ó máa lè mọ́ tí lọ sí 12 hours. Màmá àbọ̀ báyìí màmá bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu náà ṣọ́ọ̀nù mi máa ní kíni.
Ẹ má bínú. Ẹ má bínú.
Ṣé èmi ọwọ́ gbogbo yẹn ṣùgbọ́n èmi ń kà tó àwọn ọmọ tèmi nítorí pé ìlú tá à ń gbé yìí ìlú tó pinlẹ̀ fún bísíǹsì ni my brother àwọn tó wà ní tó jẹ́ dúdú gan wọ́n wá láti padà lọ sí Áfíríkà tó jẹ́ àkàtà ìlú tó jẹ́ Black America.
Get ma yẹn la ṣe ń tọ́ láti wò pé ká jẹ́ kó máa yé àwọn tó wà ń lé yẹn gan pé torí everybody tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá yìí some of you mọ̀ wípé some of them fẹ́ padà wálé àwọn kan tẹ̀ ní nǹkan tó fi wá kó padà wálé tó fi wá fi invest sílé kò sẹ́ni tó máa rí nǹkan tó ń lọ yìí ẹ̀yin lè má kà kún ó ti sìn ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ wà lè má kà kún bọ̀ àwọn tó wà ń ta tẹ̀yìn rí yẹn àwọn náà fẹ́ padà wálé wọ́n fẹ́ padà wá sílẹ̀ Yorùbá bọ́tà ló fẹ́ lọ kó rẹ̀ sínú ransom payment. So if tí wọ́n bá understand why tí a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n bá understand why tí a ṣe ń bínú tí wọ́n bá understand why táwọn ṣe ń sọ pé Yorùbá nation here and there maybe program báyìí a jẹ́ kan understand why pé kí ló ń ṣe mọ́ mi ìyẹn bí UK lẹ́yìn wà kí ló kàn yín àti Fúlàní herdsmen sà kí ni tí ń ṣe bí Amẹ́ríkà lẹ́yìn wà yín safe we need to let them understand that pé kò sẹ́ni ìkọ̀kọ̀ tó safe.
Kò sẹ́ni gbọdọ̀ tó ṣègbò ìṣòro mo ṣe ń sọ pé òun tó wà lábúlé tí mo máa ń fún lóúnjẹ ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ wà létè iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ wà pẹ̀lú wọn arúgbó torí pọ́jà arúgbó I know how much I spend every month every 2 months to send money to that place to buy food for those old people because torí pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ nílùú yìí èèyàn níyàn ní ìdílé bàbá níyàn ní ìdílé ìyá ìyàn tó lè fọwọ́ gbogbo yẹn lè fi bí máa pa wọ́n ẹlòmíì gbọ́ ti kó wọn ó ti kó wọn kúrò ó ti wá kó wọn ti àwọn arúgbó pé àwọn tàwọn tó wà ń lo ìgbọ́n fún àwọn arúgbó lóúnjẹ ẹ máa lọ gbé lọ́dọ̀.
ẹ wò mà àwọn èèyàn tó wà ní city tọ́ tí wọn ò rówó oṣù gbà mọ́ tán ò ríṣẹ́ ṣe lọ títí mọ́ àwọn míì ti dá àwọn ọmọ lọ sábúlé lọ kó wọn báwọn ìyá yẹn àwọn bàbá yẹn pé kọ́ ṣàlè báwọn bàbá wọn bẹ̀. You are so right o. Àwọn òde mọ̀ pé gbogbo ẹ̀ la mọ̀ àwa náà mọ̀.
2 weeks ago ni mo lọ every two months mo máa ń ra oúnjẹ sílé fún wọn every 2 months last 2 weeks ago mo send owó sábúrò mi mo ní lọ oúnjẹ fún àwọn ìyá yìí mo wá pa mo ní sọ́ba ti débẹ̀ fún gbé fóònù fún wọn mama half bag of rice ni mo ní kọ́ gbé sí everybody ní àti àpò sẹ̀mọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan tí oṣù méjì bá tóṣù mẹ́ta ò bá pẹ́ ẹnu tí yín ni mo rán mi ìrẹ́nu ẹlòmíì o ẹnu tí yín ni mo rán tí ó bá tún di August ni màá tún tẹ̀ di oúnjẹ sí yín ṣùgbọ́n tó bá kó before August tẹ́ bá tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pàdúrà mi pé kó pè mí màmá ẹ máa ṣàlàyé ìyá mi ti kú bàbá mi ti kú ṣùgbọ́n yóò lè fi yín sílẹ̀ kébi máa pa yín nínú ilé òun ni mo sọ fún yín àwọn tó wá da ọwọ́ sí yín ẹ sọ fún wọn pé tó bá lè jọ ìlẹ̀ Yorùbá nation kọ́ wá kọ́ ọ̀nà wọn kúrò lábẹ́ yín.
wọ́n wá kó wọn kúrò nínú ilé yín o kọ́sí mi ò lè
máa bọ́ wọn. kọ́ wọn kúrò lábẹ́ nínú ilé yín tẹ́lẹ̀ máa bọ́ wọn.
àwọn ìyá wọn kọ́ lọ máa pariwo swagger lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ meanwhile dẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ wọn wà láti ní lábúlé tẹ̀ ń bá wọn bọ́ tẹ̀ ń rán ní sùn.
lábúlé tẹ̀ ń bá wọn bọ́.
ọ̀rọ̀ ni
wọ́n yẹ kọ́kọ́ yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ìjọwọ́ every 2 months máa ṣe yìí 200,000 300,000 tó yẹ wọn lárúgbó lé àwọn tèmi dẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti lọ dọ́mọ wọn fún àwọn grandma náà wọn.
kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ tó máa lajúlẹ̀ kí ló kò possible.
kò sẹ́ tó máa lajúlẹ̀.
Màmá wo ẹ máa ṣàkáǹtì ni o tẹ bá lọ jọ oúnjẹ yín tán tẹ lọ fi bọ́ àwọn èèyàn kò síbẹ̀ síbẹ̀ tún ní lè gbójú bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá tún jẹ tán.
tíyàn máa wá sọ pé kébí pa àbúrò bàbá ni ni àbí kébí pa àbúrò ìyẹn ni ni yóò ní gbójú kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tó ṣe ń kọ́ wọn sọ́dọ̀ tó ń tọ́ gbọmọ wọn fún ọ tó ń jẹ oúnjẹ tàwọn àgùntèmi tó ń jẹ ṣùgbọ́n àwọn bàbá tí wọ́n wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọ̀ ń tẹ̀lé bàbá ní dáìpà ní ìdílé kò nísàlẹ̀ èkó stupid people my brother thank you motivation lé ẹgbẹ́ mi kí bẹ́ẹ̀ mi.
mo ṣáà sọ pé mi ò tí ì gba gbogbo time yìí jò ní shift yín lálẹ́ yìí anyway so can you nice evening yeah.
are you too my brother. Yorùbá kìíní yẹn automatic, every month. This is kind of thing we have to be doing every.
We have to do
Thank you.
God bless you. Can you nice evening? I have another caller, and we will be rounding up in a moment. So, hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, ma.
Hello, Kaleo.
Kalema. Bawoni.
No,
everybody don't go in loud and clear, ma.
Money. Iwaluma, man kan àti lady tí wọ́n sọ pé sọ̀rọ̀ 5 million something yẹn. Ìyẹn lèmi kàn máa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí briefly àti pé ọ̀rọ̀ Ojúyọbọ. Màmí Tinubu sábà mẹ́ni tí mo kú lè Ojúyọbọ. Ṣé ẹ rí àwọn kan tó máa ń pè ní educated morons? Àwọn ló yọjú yẹn, àwọn méjì yẹn, the guy that spoke before the lady. Why they were morose ni pé àwọn elite lẹ́dẹ̀ ń pè wọ́n ò ní dá wa lóhùn nígbà tá à ń pè. Nígbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tá a ti ń pariwo, ṣé wọ́n dáhùn? Wọ́n dáhùn, wọ́n wá dé ìdájọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n wọlé wọn ọmọbi tán ti ń bọ̀ wọn ọmọbi tó dé wọ́n kàn ń dá sọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn kò ṣe báyìí, èèyàn kò ṣe báyìí. Ọmọ ló láti.
Kó tó di pé everybody máa tó line yẹn, mo ṣì ń wò pé ó dà pé àwọn èèyàn wá misunderstand nǹkan tẹ́nìyẹn sọ ni o. Ṣé get me ma? Wọ́n really condemn anything o.
No, wọ́n condemn anything, but what I'm saying is.
Àwọn wò wípé àpé effort láti centralize gbogbo effort ẹ ti yan yẹn sí láti ṣe báyìí.
Okay, Maiyegun máa gbọ́. Ní àtìgbà tá a ti ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ effort tá a ṣe máa centralize kọ́ ní kọ́là ń sọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ ṣé àti tó kọjá pé I need central account, number one. I need the pass now. So they are pulling us. Some of them want to be no, because one jalun come on the way you. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that one really not off the line, but why I'm saying is that
because at Isola we need to encourage ourselves every little.
Come on when you go. So I want to you are discouraged. Then count on muti one table. Let's do it like this. And I want to talk about the 5 million numbers. The referendum to go installed. Is it not Emma Diboni? Sheba Diboni. Now, most of we're 35. I want you and God to go. We put full and load of Nigerian government. We're 35 million in Nigeria. So 35 million. What about shaking at 10%? Noni kamua. Che bokola dieni.
That's like
so maybe you're going to bring somebody here to come and explain to us why that 5 million votes, 5 million registration here, totally equal to referendum, and why we do not want to go on the referendum way. I want to Muja, they know want dump now. So if you do not understand, they should come and explain to us.
Yeah. We should encourage, you see what many people are trying to also get is we pay that's a milestone achievement. Nobody can deny it anymore. She gets so we should take it further, and then like other callers said, listen, how can you push it or shele debi? Who's told you? Who says that that's where they want to stop?
Nobody in Yoruba nation knows about fire. We are going, let him be listening now. We're going. Everybody so we went for rally the other day. We are going Yoruba nation now, so please listen. These are the educated morons. Our elite money we are telling them that they will not listen. So they should not say.
You understand?
I think I've heard it somewhere.
I know.
I need referendum.
I know.
So I want you to explain.
Yeah. They won't criticize. She gets.
Yeah.
Criticize. So can do better. I want your ring cotton criticize and all of that. Oh, you see. It shows that some people are doing something.
It's okay, but I want you want to shimbo because how many they are coming back. But I'm saying this now. Come on, today study
read the room.
We want them to join us but they should study ground. So what we mean.
Because
then please, if you can just bring somebody onto your program, the difference between the referendum and the 5 million signatures. Do you understand? So people will know that
especially
I don't know.
For me, because so that people are mixed up. Because as a person, I just feel like after the whole petition and all of that, I mean, after the whole signature for the 5 million signatures, I know that it is not over. That alone is going to trigger other things that are going to follow. Shall you again see? But I am not in a better position to really detail and explain what is it going to be like, because some people are doing it. Some people achieved that. Like you said, maybe we should bring somebody on who can actually explain better and educate all of us, and we can leave all this. What is next now? What are we going to do? Everybody can begin to see where they can fit in.
Say, okay, this is where we are. Do you understand?
Oh, okay, okay, me join. Then. Emily advice so maybe that will help. I will agree with you, man. Maybe.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the job you do.
Sherry, you say I feel concerned about things. And I always say that if you are not doing something, people won't criticize. If you don't have something to present, people won't say, why do you paint it white? You need to see my inbox, man. There have been so many people, many messages. Listen, Maiyegun, you need thank you so much. I appreciate this for sure.
You're welcome.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. Nice,
So any nice one, Odaro. So I'll take one more. The reason is that if you are not doing something, we need to know this, okay? If you're not doing something, people are not going to criticize. They will not going to check out how you are doing it. I mean, how are you doing it? They will tell you, why don't you do it this way? Why don't you do it that way? It's because you are doing something. Sometimes some of these concerns are actually healthy. They don't mean any they don't mean any harm. Maybe some of us will get to that stage at some point. I don't know. Hello. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Oh, God.
Alafia Neo. How are you, man? I mean, you know what, sir?
I do not follow. Yeah, actually, my uncle keep our callers because there's a lot of people call and everybody give his point.
Interesting.
Actually, from the beginning,
back and forth, we're able to pretty much pour out our mind.
Yeah,
try because everybody like hold on.
And about at least from the time that we've been clamoring for Yoruba Nation, there's a lot of progress in what we've been doing.
So much progress, yeah.
Yeah, but there's something I just want to I don't know how I can say. Maybe there's something I just want to point out.
Please, go
because on this program, everyone, apart from your effort, everyone is enjoying your effort and everybody is appreciating you a lot. Because you can see, like, before one call drop, there's another call that is waiting.
That's right.
And that's how it's supposed to be. Everyone is enjoying the program. But there's something that we are missing here.
Please.
And this night, I see some point to the extent that there's some little of insult and abusing, and which is not supposed to be.
I know.
We are all Yoruba. Even for the fact that no matter whatever we have in our mind, we should all come together and talk as one voice. Even if anyone says something that is not right, there's a way we can just put it through. There's a way you call it. You don't have to condemn what other people say.
Like go all out as if we don't, I like that.
Because I don't want to lie to you, I try to call every day. But if I could get a chance, I could just get through. And not every time. So what about the people that they get through and they manage to talk to you? They just want to talk their impact.
I know.
And the way they see things.
I mean, which
But
is what we
when
do on this platform. We believe that all of us can see things the same way, but by listening to ourselves, right, we'll likely realize that we all want the same thing. We just want it differently. But if we don't listen to ourselves, then why are we here?
Why are we here? So for all the callers, for all the listeners, please, at this point, we don't need to condemn what other people say. We don't need to insult other people. We just have to say our input. Yeah, that's it.
Just say you disagree and then make your own point and say, well,
yeah,
this is my
disagree
point.
with
would understand.
What you said. And we understand and we move on. Because I could remember, if you insult someone, the person that you insult is not going to be happy.
Of course, he will always be dialing back again and say, I want to respond to that caller. Yeah, I want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is probably not healthy.
From there will be dialing. No. Yeah, so please, as a caller, please, let's respect ourselves because that is our significance of living as a Yoruba.
Yes.
We always respect each other. So please, don't insult others. Call and make your own impact. Let Maiyegun see what
you see, sometimes people don't understand that maybe because I work in the customer service world, right? I can sit down here and I will agree with you now, and another person will come in, say something different, not insulting this time around. I'm talking about something different. And I will also agree with the person. Another person will call in again, and I will agree because you know what? I am just to listen. I have been speaking, so I need to listen to yours in a way, right? And because no matter what, you're probably not the only person who think the same way you are thinking. So in my word, I listen. And even if I want to disagree at the end of the day, I will still listen. And I encourage that on Maiyegun's Politico all the time. So that's why I have to say thank you for even bringing that up as a person yourself, right? Because it's so important. If we don't listen to ourselves, then why are we here? We can continue. I can continue shouting down here, shout, cancel phone calls. And then that's it. What is fun in that?
Yeah, no. Actually, trust me, like I will sit down here and I will listen to you. Even apart from the political history, even the way you present, at least I can see myself as someone that listens to your program and I improve in my daily living. Trust me.
There's so much we can learn from ourselves. Because we just need to.
Yeah, we can learn.
There's a lot we can learn from ourselves.
Yeah. Actually, that's part one. Let me just go to my point now.
So let's go to the next one.
Hopefully, I never take much of your
time. Go on, sir.
Hopefully, I never take much of your time because I know time is not
all the time you need. It's just that when the clock tick, you see, I will be like, you know what, let's round it up. But yeah, you see, you're going to be my last caller. So I want to hear this part two.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Yeah. As a Yoruba.
Yes.
If I could remember when I left Nigeria. Yeah, I left Nigeria 2004, and which is almost like, I don't know. It's a long time though, and it's not a long time.
I know.
Since I left Nigeria, even before I left Nigeria, I never achieved anything in Nigeria. And I'm close to 40 at the moment. I'm just 38.
Oh,
and just imagine.
Then I'm 38 as well. In 2 years' time, I'll be celebrating 40. God willing.
So, like, we get a lot of things on the program, which is everyone knows that we should even. What I want to say is that people in Nigeria, just few people in Nigeria, they know about what is going on in Nigeria. Trust me, 90% of Nigeria that live in Nigeria, they are so blinded. They don't know what's going on.
That's all right as well.
Because since I know, if I could remember briefly, probably maybe when I was growing up, the first president I know is Babangida. Babangida hasn't provided anything for Nigeria. After Babangida, Abacha. After Abacha, this useless white, bare-headed, I don't know. What is Abdul Salam?
Yeah.
After Abdul Salam, Obasanjo. After Obasanjo, who were Yaradua. After Yaradua, Jonathan. After Jonathan, Buhari. And what have they done to Nigeria? They haven't done anything to Nigeria.
That's what they say in Scotland.
They destroy. And people, I was still wondering, even the youth that they were shouting like 2 years ago, even they killed part of them. Did they kill anyone in abroad? They didn't kill anyone in abroad.
They only kill the people that they live in Nigeria and even their youth. But those youth again, they still come out to come and campaign for these people. I don't know what is going on.
You know the sad one, sir. You know the sad one. They will be asking you, who else do you want us to support? And you'll be like, which kind of question be this? You have your oppressors. Then you have others who are not your oppressors. And you're asking me, who do you want us to say? What about Sowore? They say, but Sowore cannot win. What about Yoruba Nation? We cannot break. What do you want? Confused.
Because I'm wondering, I don't know what we have to do. As a youth, we have to, I'm still saying it, everybody need, even home and abroad, we need to have one voice. Because these people that they are our oppressor, they are so minority.
Of course now, but our division makes us weaker, even though we are in majority. That's why education is important, sir. You see, we have so many people who have left Nigeria, but Nigeria didn't leave them. All of these things we are talking about, they've been living in America for years themselves, living in all over the world for years, but they still support the status quo. So education can enlighten and broaden the, lighten up the mind of everyone. And with that, yeah, Baba, if we manage to get some of us on this journey, we'll probably be halfway than we can imagine. Because without education, with this so planted division, it just makes the whole work pretty much difficult. But if we understand the whole thing, as I say.
And Maiyegun, please, I don't know, maybe you've been doing this, but I just want to bring something up.
Please.
You know, I could remember there was one day that one caller called. I know definitely if I remind you, you will remember.
Right.
This caller said before he left Nigeria, he doesn't know anything. But now that he is outside Nigeria, he's a vampire. Hopefully, you will remember that thing that the guy said. Actually, I think the guy is on IT.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an IT technician, which he said he can, you know. So probably people like that, people that they can do efficiency for Yoruba. Please just make sure that we have everyone on one page.
Yes.
Maybe it will be the list. Oh, this is your feed. This is your feed will be useful for us.
We are building a community. Okay, we are building a community of Yorubas. By the time it comes public, right, it is going to be a sort of a seeding platform where all of the Yoruba professionals, I don't know them. WhatsApp cannot take them in. You can't add people on WhatsApp and say, let's talk. No. We are building a community where all Yoruba professionals, experts, like I said earlier, they will discover them. The moment they sign up and join us, right, the roles they will play is already there. It is like saying medical program and you in medical field. You just have to go there and sign up and say from America, from this, from that, or security, security program. If you're a security expert, you just go there and sign up. When you sign up, nobody go know say you sign up. Now only we go know, because when you send it in, now we from the back end will receive it. Now the community we are building is a community of all of these eggers, all of these professionals, and I believe that we can get enough number to work with in the space of 3 months. If we push our membership alone to over 10,000 within 3 months, or we cross 50,000 within the first 6 months, trust me, we can raise professionals who can help us push these things further than you can imagine, right? We can raise more than 1,000, 2,000 professionals, and we can designate them into different fields and send them out there with our message. I will say, well, yeah, we are building a community. That's what we are building. By the time it comes up, oh man, you will be proud that you are a Yoruba man.
That's what I would say. That would be so good. That would be so good.
You will be proud. You'll be able to meet other people too. Oh, these guys are IT technicians. These ones are the JavaScript writer. This one are coder, this and that. We have all these segments to discover everybody, because we need to scout for them. There is a role for everyone. There's so many things we want to push out there, but we can only do that by building a community. And this community is going to go from online to offline, and all the activities are going to become your daily pastime. You see, many of you are going to be opening your TV and everything just to read about the updates on what have we done.
in Yoruba land today.
Yeah.
A day is coming and it's so near. So yeah, we will get there. I believe
And
we'll do that.
please, there's something that just came into my mind now.
Please add it.
You know, the delay will be. I mean, delay could be dangerous because in the essence that don't forget that you talk about getting numbers from Nigerians, and we have to send them. We have to let them know about Yoruba Nation.
I already have about
because
100,000 WhatsApp numbers. I just haven't deployed them yet. You know why?
Probably
One of the
definitely.
reasons why we haven't done the bulk SMS yet is because somebody said if we are sending out our messages to everyone in Yoruba land, how about we send them out with the link to join the movement? And I said, oh, that sounds good. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like as you are reading the message,
yes.
Yoruba Nation, this and that, can you join us? And you open it on your phone and it takes you to the sign up page and you join. I said, oh, that's good.
Wow.
I've got 100,000 numbers.
Wow,
already.
that's really good.
And I've been promised about, I've been promised about 5 million numbers already. And I'm like, okay, that's like using one stone to kill two birds. So once we are ready to launch, we can just imagine me sending messages to 5 million people to join Yoruba Nation. Yoruba is in Yoruba land. I don't want to say much anyway, but I have a lot in my reservoir right now. Some of them I haven't really deployed them. Some of them I'm just waiting for what, like you said, delay can be dangerous. Of course, I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes they
because I know the election time, the election time is getting near. So
they say whatever is worth doing well at all is worth doing. Whatever is worth doing is worth what am I mixing up? Whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. You know that. So I don't want to go public and then say later and say, Maiyegun, what happened? I couldn't open this thing. What is going on? We are working on it. Sorry. It's crashed. Come on. I want us to come out good. We're not going to be so perfect, but we'll be glad when we come out. So bear with me. I wish we've started this like a month ago. And all these things we are talking about, supporting on security, supporting on this and that, putting up awareness here and there, we wouldn't be talking about them to the other than we'll be executing them. I understand, okay? But we'll do it right, okay? We'll do it right, Baba.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maiyegun. We as a Yoruba, we can't appreciate you enough because you're moving things forward. Trust me, bro.
Everybody's playing his parts. That's what we encourage tonight. We said everybody should play their own parts, okay? Don't condemn anyone.
Yeah.
Don't think they are not moving fast enough. Don't think they are not doing it rightly enough. Please, everybody should know that every effort, honestly speaking, you may not appreciate it. For those who don't, I'm just saying, you have no idea that every noise everyone is making is helping us to put their name out there. Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation. The conversation around it. Even if Tinubu had to tap into it, when he realized that they want to tighten the noose around his neck, the political noose, he quickly dropped the Yoruba Nation at some point. They're like, Oloshi, it won't break this thing. You better give up.
I could have this feeling like even Tinubu himself, you know who is Maiyegun. You know how Maiyegun is.
Maybe not now. Maybe not yet. You know one thing, I'm still anonymous. Now the Lagos Sabobaku know me very well. Okay, they call me that boy, that useless boy. They know me. Tinubu doesn't know me yet. You see, when they will know me, when they will know all of us, is when we announce our arrival. That is why when that time comes, we won't tell them. They will know that we have arrived. And that's why I told the Obi boys that they fight everybody. Now go fight us too because we don't believe in election, and they bring our own message to tell people they don't believe in the election, and we spend money to tell them not to believe in election. So you see, you can't bully us. You have to beg us, and we know they participate. So, Baba, I appreciate your time with me tonight. Honestly.
Maiyegun, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I listen to the program every day and night. Trust me.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much.
And that's where I'm going to draw the curtains, okay? I appreciate your time. So stay safe, Baba. You have a good one. Thank you so much, So this is where we're going to draw the curtains tonight. There's so much we're going to do, and then it's going to be gradual. Then some of it is going to actually sort of catch them unaware. And I've told you, it is better they underrate us. It is better they undermine. I mean, they underrate us like, no, they're just noisemakers. I can tell you this. I have the right information. I have the right intel to say the only thing that can stop us from what we want to do, from making that huge impact into wherever charity they are planning on, The only thing that will make it not to work is when we don't do it. So I'm so confident. And that's why I said, it's up to you if it's going to work, if it's not going to work. I will deliver what I'm sent to go and work on. You and I will have to make it work because it's so important that our lives also depends on it. So this is where I'm going to draw the curtains. And then to everyone, it be more. I love that voice, but they haven't finished. By the time they finish with this description and all of that, I'll be bringing them piece by piece, okay? But I love this one, especially this.
Yoruba Rescue Fund. Ìgbìmọ̀ májẹ̀ kó bàjẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
I like that. Anyway, thank you so much to every one of you who spent your time with me tonight. I am going to see you some other time. And that some other time can be tomorrow. It can be the next. Whatever happens, just know this, okay? In my own world, though, anyone who is against the rotten system in Nigeria, whether you're asking for Biafra, whether you're asking for the dual nation, whether you're asking for revolution now, and then lately, the ObiDients. I know the genesis of where you are bringing this up, and I know those who are also going to indeed hijack your emotion and pretend to be part of you, and you are going to be fighting the double war. You know, some of you who believe that Peter Obi doesn't fight anyone. Peter Obi doesn't talk, he doesn't talk less or rubbish about other, other contestants or candidates and the rest. Some of you are going to be fighting old battle, the battle you fought during the APC PDP in 2015. Jonathan and Bukwari, this proxy war. Some of you are going to be fighting that proxy war through this Peter Obi. Your toxicity, your hatred, your hateful, your divisive rhetorics and all of that. For those who know better, okay, who knows the history of some of you, we know that you are going to be fighting this your Peter Obi battle as a proxy war against those you considered as your sworn enemies when you are doing your PDP, APC in the days. I just want to advise you, know this. There's so many interests that are going to play out in all this charade coming up in that you call the election. There's been so much interest in what is going on in this Nigeria, and you must know that Nigeria has pushed everyone to that precipice, that breaking point of saying, no, we've had enough, which is part of what you think you are fighting for. Now, you cannot invalidate other people's struggle or invalidate other people's, what do you call it? Other people's complaints or agitation or disagreement or resistance to this rigged system. You cannot invalidate that because of your Peter Obi. What will happen at the end of the day is this: the division will last, the system will break everyone, you go back to the trenches, then it will now show if all of you actually indeed are interested in fixing Nigeria or not just the cash emotional, what's it they call it? They call it emotional wreckage, whatever it is for you, or you are just joining the emotional bandwagon, whatever it is. Open your eyes, open your brains. You can't save Nigeria. If you ask the right questions, you will realize that no be election you need. What you need right now is actually the process to call in for the total dismantling of the system that has rigged the election before you even have to cast your first ballot. You don't believe me? I don't care. You'll figure it out later. Good night, everyone, and I will see you some other time. Don't go without dropping your own offering, which is like the broadcast, share it, and I will see you some other time if you join me.
Ani esunraki
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ani esunraki
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ani esunraki
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ani esunraki
Maiyegun ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́
Maiyegun máa bí.
Ani esunraki
Maiyegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìí yẹ
Maiyegun máa bí.
Ani esunraki. Presido bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin ti ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹ̀rùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.